Chapter 57. Lin Rei stood up and walked towards the rooms that were arranged for him. Along the way, Lin Rei found a lot of people, but they all looked at him strangely. Lin Rei was confused, but he didn't go forward to ask. He didn't want to waste time doing such meaningless things. As for those disciples who were watching Lin Li walk past, they all came to a halt, forming a circle and beginning to discuss amongst themselves. "Hey, who do you think that person is? He seems to be going towards the inner sect elder's residence." "Yes, I really can't figure out why he wasn't stopped outside, and the disciples guarding the door seem to be very respectful to him." "Yes, I really can't figure it out. Looking at his age, he should be younger than us, and in so many years in the sect, I have never seen him before." "You say, could he be the illegitimate son of an elder in the outer province, and was recently brought back to the sect? TSK, maybe it's true. Otherwise, with his age, how could he enter inside?" Sigh, alright, let's not discuss it here. If others hear it, then we're done for. Let's disperse. His matters have nothing to do with us. Let's just do what we're supposed to do. He saw a few people here and they're discussing Lin Rei's background, but it was impossible for Lin Rei to know all of this. Even if he knew, he wouldn't say anything, and would only laugh it off. At this time, Lin Rei had already arrived at the door of the room that was arranged for him, but there was a young girl waiting at the door. She looked very beautiful, but this kind of beauty was different from the beauty of Hong Lian and Bing. This kind of beauty was a kind of playful beauty. In the language of the 21st century, it was a little girl. When the young girl saw Lin Rei's arrival, she rushed in front of Lin Rei, pointed a finger at Lin Rei and shouted, "Hey, boy, you are the Lin Rei that my father talked about. Why did my father drive me out of here as soon as you came, and even said that he would give it to you? Tell me, what kind of bewitching potion did you give my father to make him treat me like this?" The young girl was like a machine gun, and when she saw Lin Rei, her mouth didn't stop, and she kept talking non-stop. "Oh, who's your father? Besides, what does it have to do with me whether you're here or not? I'm not the one who said that. If you want to find trouble, go find your father and not come here to bite people like a mad dog." Lin Rei didn't give this young girl a good face. Originally, this young girl had a good image, but after the young girl pointed a finger at him, Lin Rei completely looked at this girl in a new light. It doesn't matter if I tell you. My father is the second elder, Guan Chang. I just want to tell you that this room will always be mine. Don't even think about staying here. So, I'll give you a few seconds to get out of here. I don't want my place to be sullied by you." Lin Rei didn't expect that such a beautiful young girl would be full of shit, and she didn't have any sense of shame, so Lin Rei didn't need to be polite to her. Since they said that this room is mine, then I won't go anywhere else. Also, your father doesn't dare to talk to me like this, so what right do you have to shout at me here? Lin Rei's tone was extremely cold when he spoke to the young girl, and there was a trace of killing intent in his voice. Seeing this scene, the young girl fell to the ground with tears in her eyes. She had an innocent expression, which made people feel sorry for her, but in Lin Rei's eyes, this was the rhythm of courting death. Don't look at me like that. No matter how you look at me, you can't decide the consequences of offending me today. If I don't teach you a lesson, then there will be countless of you coming here to annoy me in the future." After saying that, Lin Rei released Bing, Ming, and Tianyun from the system space. When they heard Lin Rei's words, they were overjoyed. Bing, Ming, and Tianyun greet the young master. "I wonder what the young master wants us to do." "Yes, I called you to deal with this thing in front of me and teach him a lesson while you're at it. After that, send him to the second elder and tell him that if his daughter dares to cause trouble here in the future, I can't guarantee that I'll be as kind as I am now." After saying that, a pair of murderous eyes looked at the young girl who was sitting on the ground. The young girl also clearly felt the killing intent from Lin Rei. For a moment, the young girl could only obediently shut her mouth and quietly wait for Lin Rei to teach her a lesson. "Yes, we will definitely complete the task. Please rest assured, young master." Well, by the way, Bing, you stay here. I will go into seclusion in a while. Keep an eye on me outside and don't let anyone see Lin Rei. Just as they were about to carry out the task that Lin Rei gave them, Lin Rei's words penetrated their ears. Bing was stunned for a moment before he reacted and followed Lin Rei inside. After arriving at the room, Lin Rei directly sat on the bed. Then he said to Bing, "You go and find a place to sit. No matter what you see, don't make any noise. No matter who it is, don't let them in. Even if the sect master of the Danzong sect comes in person, don't let them in. Just say that this is my order." Hearing his young master's order, Bing naturally agreed. He stood up and walked to the side. The reason why Lin Rei did this was that he remembered that when his cultivation was low, he accidentally obtained a fire seed. However, now Lin Rei could use it for alchemy, so Lin Rei had already decided to refine this fire seed today. However, he didn't know what dangers he would encounter on the way, so this scene happened. "Little dragon, I want to refine the illusory spirit blood fire immediately," Lin Rei said to the system's spirit little dragon. However, after shouting a few times, the little dragon still didn't speak. Lin Rei could only give up on the little dragon and choose the system's function. "System, start the refining function of the illusory spirit blood fire immediately. I want to refine it immediately to improve my alchemy level and the success rate of the elixirs." Ding dong, okay. "System, please wait a moment. I will take out the illusory spirit blood fire immediately. However, I advise the host to endure a little pain during the refining process. If you can't endure it, you will face the consequences of being swallowed by the blood fire. Do you understand?" Hearing the system's words, Lin Rei hesitated for a moment. However, Lin Rei's eyes immediately became firm. "Well, I have decided. I want to refine the illusory spirit blood fire. I want to learn alchemy. I want to save Honglian." Ding dong, okay. Since the host has decided, the system will respect the host. Without further ado, the host will accept all the flames of the illusory spirit blood fire next. After speaking, a ball of fire appeared in front of Linley. Looking at the blood-red ball of fire in front of him, if it weren't for the fact that he could feel the heat coming from it, Linley would have thought that it was real human blood. Whoosh! The moment the illusory spirit blood fire appeared, it rushed towards Lin Rei's body. Seeing the illusory spirit blood fire's movement, Lin Rei didn't stop it. The illusory spirit blood fire immediately drilled into Lin Rei's body. In the beginning, Lin Rei didn't feel any signs of discomfort. However, Lin Rei soon felt something. "What's going on? Why is my body slowly heating up? And it's getting hotter and hotter." Lin Rei's body slowly changed color. The original normal skin color had turned into the current blood red color. It looked very enchanting. Not only his skin, but even his hair began to change color. It turned into the same color as the illusory spirit blood fire. "Ah!" A roar came from Lin Rei's mouth. Ice, who was cultivating at the side, heard Lin Rei's roar. He quickly opened his eyes and looked in Lin Rei's direction. What's going on? How did it become like this?" After seeing Lin Rei's situation, Ice froze on the spot. He didn't expect such a scene. However, when he heard Lin Rei's words in the photo, he didn't cry out. At this time, Lin Rei was tortured by the illusory spirit blood fire. He fell from the bed sheet to the ground and began to roll. However, everything that was touched by Lin Rei was melted by the heat waves from Lin Rei's body. Ice's eyes widened. He couldn't believe the scene in front of him. At this time, in Lin Rei's body, a blood-colored avatar was wreaking havoc in Lin Rei's veins. "Humph, you are the illusory spirit blood fire." The illusory spirit blood fire, which was wreaking havoc, saw a mini version of Lin Rei condensed from Lin Rei's spirit. It looked at the blood-colored avatar and said, "Humph, that's right. I am the Emperor of Fire, the illusory spirit blood fire. What do you want?" A low-level cultivator like you actually dares to dream of smelting me. Do you know how the word death is written? Upon hearing the blood-colored avatar's answer, Lin Rei was surprised. This was because Lin Rei didn't expect the blood-colored avatar to speak. Oh, I didn't expect you to be able to speak. How wonderful. Lin Rei didn't fight the illusory spirit blood fire immediately. Instead, he stood there and said to the blood-colored avatar. Humph, ignorant ant. I am the Emperor of Fire. How can I not speak? Even 1,000-year-old ginseng can speak. Let alone this sovereign. You're looking down on this sovereign, aren't you? Upon hearing the illusory spirit blood fire's words, Lin Rei immediately understood what he didn't know. Then why do you say that you are the Emperor of Fire? There are so many flames in the world. How do you know that you are the Emperor of Fire? Lin Rei voiced all the questions in his heart. As for the illusory spirit blood fire, it didn't beat around the bush. Instead, it sat down like a senior lecturing a junior and told Lin Rei about the types and relationships of flames. Chapter 58. Judging by your age, I don't think you're old enough to know that there are different grades to the flames. It is the same as the cultivation levels of you cultivators. The higher the grade of the flames, the more offspring they will have. That is, the flames they produce will inherit the essence of the mother. What? Flames also have ranks? And they can produce offspring? Ha! You're not talking nonsense, are you? When Lin Rei heard the blood fire's words, he couldn't hold back his doubts and directly asked. As soon as he said that, he saw the blood fire's murderous expression. Humph. I'm just trying to give you a general idea. Can you not interrupt me? If you do it again, I'll immediately devour you. Don't blame me when that happens. After saying that, the blood fire turned its back to Lin Rei and turned its face to the other side. The awkward expression on Lin Rei's face was very cute. Ahem, senior, please continue. I won't speak nonsense again. For the sake of getting more information about himself and his inferno level, Linley had no choice but to lower his voice and submit to the blood fire. Humph. Remember what you said. If you interrupt me when I'm talking in the future, don't blame me for being rude. Ah, yes, yes, yes. I won't do it again. Senior, please continue. Speaking of the flame's rank is actually the same as yours. However, what you absorb is spiritual energy, while we absorb other flames to improve our cultivation. The higher the rank of a flame, no matter what its cultivation level is, as long as it fuses with a higher quality flame, it will be able to upgrade. However, this is only true for some low-grade flames. For some high-grade flames, take me for example. I'm currently the highest grade flame. I was born with the highest quality, but at my quality, I can already have my own divine sense. Oh, hearing the blood fire's words, Lin Rei nodded. His eyes were filled with a complicated expression as if he was thinking about something. Then, senior, if the top level devours the top level, will a new type of flame be born? Will this flame break through the top level and reach another realm? Lin Rei spoke out his thoughts. As a result, the illusory spirit blood fire widened its eyes in disbelief. There was also a hint of surprise in its eyes, as if it had thought of something after hearing Lin Rei's words. Well, I don't know about that, and I've never tried it before. But according to what you said, I might be able to break through Huiyan's original level and reach that height. Which height? What height? After hearing the last sentence of the illusory spirit bloody fire, Lin Rei immediately asked. It's Hong, nothing. Looking at the last word that the illusory spirit blood fire didn't say, Lin Rei was vexed. It was as if there was a plate of beef in front of him, but he couldn't eat it. Alright, I've talked so much nonsense with you. I haven't asked you how you found me. I remember that I wasn't in this place at that time. Besides, I can feel that the spiritual energy here is very thin, and the space is so small. Noticing Lin Rei's expression, the illusory spirit blood fire quickly changed the topic and asked Lin Ray about what happened. Oh, I don't know either. I only know that when I found you, you appeared in my phone. I don't know what happened exactly, but I just want to know why you weren't willing to fuse with me. If I fuse with you, I won't have any freedom. I can only stay in your body and can't go anywhere. Let me ask you, if you were me, would you be trapped in a place that is like a cage? Hearing the illusory spirit blood fire's answer, Lin Ray went silent. No one knew what he was thinking. But at the next moment, Lin Ray's eyes were filled with determination. Lin Ray looked at the illusory spirit blood fire and said, "Illusory spirit blood fire, why don't we make a deal? I guarantee that this deal will be beneficial to you." "Oh, deal? What kind of deal? Tell me." Hearing Lin Ray's words, the illusory spirit blood fire was instantly interested and no longer thought about destroying Lin Ray's veins. "The deal is that if you fuse with me, I will make you the world's highest quality Emperor Flame." "You see, what did you say? You can make me the world's best Emperor Flame? You're not joking, right?" Hearing Lin Ray's words, a mocking expression appeared on the illusory spirit blood fire's face. Its words were filled with disdain. "That's right, don't talk to me like that. I already said that I have this kind of ability, but I shouldn't tell you. A few months ago, I was still a cultivation trash who didn't know anything. Look at me now, I'm already an enlightening realm expert. Although I'm still not considered strong in front of true experts, it won't be long before I surpass them. Moreover, I can promise you that in the future, I will definitely make you the world's most powerful Emperor Yanji." Linli immediately told the Mirage Bloodfire everything he was thinking, but the Mirage Bloodfire just stood there, looking at Linli with a calm expression on its face. It was as though Linli's words had nothing to do with it at all. You're done." "Yes, I'm done. You have to think about it. What I just said is true. There is no deception at all." What you said has nothing to do with me. I only know that it's impossible for you to fuse with me. You should just give up." Hearing this, Lin Ray's face turned cold. He didn't expect that even after retreating to this extent, he still couldn't move the other party. "System, is there a way to help me fuse with him?" At this moment, Lin Ray secretly contacted the system. He wanted to obtain a method to fuse with the illusory spirit blood fire. Lin Ray, have you forgotten about me so quickly? Woo-woo. I'm so sad." Just as Lin Ray was about to listen to the system's method, a voice that Lin Ray would never forget for the rest of his life sounded out. "Damn, when did you wake up? And can you not use the word me? Do you know that when two men use that word, it makes one of them look like they're made of glass? It's okay, I don't mind. Besides, I'm an elemental spirit. In this world, only you can see me, so don't worry." When Lin Ray heard his words, the intestines in his stomach suddenly churned. It was as if he wanted to vomit out the food he ate yesterday. I already told you not to use the word me. Don't you understand?" Lin Ray couldn't listen anymore, so he roared at the elemental spirit little dragon. "Oh, is that so? Then don't you want to know how to fuse with the illusory spirit blood fire? If you don't want to know, then I won't say that in the future. If you want to know, then obediently shut up, okay?" When he heard the little dragon's words, Lin Ray's arrogance disappeared and was replaced with a pleading tone. "That, little dragon, why don't you give me the method first? I definitely won't say that in the future. Don't worry. That's more like it. That way, I'll feel much better. Okay, since you're so obedient, I'll tell you the method to fuse with the illusory spirit blood fire." "Oh, then hurry up and say it. I'm very anxious waiting here. If you can't solve it, then I can only die." When he heard the little dragon's words, Lin Ray became excited and quickly stood up to ask the little dragon. "Actually, the method to fuse with it is very simple. In fact, you have this thing on your body. It's just that you don't know." When he heard the little dragon's words, Lin Ray was confused. He was very clear about the things on his body, and he didn't remember having anything that could restrain the illusory spirit blood fire. What is it? Hurry up and say it. As long as I have this thing on my body. Oh, you forgot. Don't you still have the storage ring of the ecliptic sage? When I went in, I noticed that there was a special kind of ice fruit in the pile of elixirs. This thing is the most een and cold item. It's the highest fire attribute treasure. When he heard the little dragon's words, Lin Rei slapped his forehead and woke up. That's right. How could I forget about this matter? Since that time, I haven't used the ring much. I only used it twice in the auction. Okay, I'll go and use the ice fruit to fuse the illusory spirit blood fire. When the time comes, I'll come back to thank you. After saying that, Lin Rei turned around and left the system space. But because he left too early, he made the biggest mistake in his life. Hey, don't be in a hurry to leave. I haven't finished yet. When you refine it, don't have any girls around you. Otherwise, you. Before the little dragon finished his words, he saw that Lin Rei had already disappeared without a trace. Hee, it seems that you're going to suffer. But when the time comes, don't come here and quarrel with me. I told you. As Xiaolong spoke, the corners of his mouth lifted slightly, revealing an evil grin. If Linli was here to see this scene, he would definitely tremble all over. Every time he saw Xiaolong reveal this grin, he knew that in the end, he would be the unlucky one. Therefore, Xiaolong's expression changed. And Lin Rei of course didn't know this scene. Because he didn't know, it caused the second woman in his life, and also the last one. And because of this, the person he felt most guilty about in his life was this woman. At this time, after Lin Rei came out of the system space, he directly took out the ice fruit from the storage ring of Ecliptic Daoist Master and swallowed it in one gulp. Instantly, Lin Li felt as though his entire body had been frozen stiff. He stood there motionless. And the illusory spirit blood fire in his body also felt this strange phenomenon. It suddenly became anxious and rushed out of Lin Rei's body. But will Lin Rei give it this opportunity? Humph, now you want to run away, is it useful? I was kind enough to discuss with you, but you don't listen. You want me to be rough with you, I really don't understand. At this time, Lin Rei spoke with a strong tone, and the illusory spirit blood fire was soft. Lin Rei, you see, we don't have a deep hatred, why don't you let me go? I promise that I won't hurt you again in the future, okay? Hearing the words of the illusory spirit blood fire, Lin Rei felt disgusted. Originally, he thought that the illusory spirit blood fire would fight with him, but he didn't expect that it would be like a coward. Humph, accept your death, but what I said before is naturally limited. I will make you the most powerful Huiyan in the world. You can go in peace. No matter how the illusory spirit blood fire struggled, it was useless. In the end, it was directly smelted into Lin Rei's body. And when Lin Rei refined the illusory spirit blood fire, it also improved, until it reached the peak of the enlightened realm. And Bing, who was guarding outside, witnessed all this with his own eyes. Until now, he felt like he was in a dream. Chapter 59. No, I'm the Emperor of Fire. I won't be smelted so easily. Just you wait. The illusory spirit blood fire, whose fate was already sealed, suddenly had a sudden burst of energy that rushed towards Lin Rei's dantian. Humph, a speck of light dares to compete with the sun and moon. You're really courting death. Lin Rei, who was condensed from his mental strength, looked at the illusory spirit blood fire's attack with contempt. If Lin Rei hadn't used the ice fruit before, then Lin Rei wouldn't have been able to withstand this attack. But now, it was hard to say. Lin Rei concentrated all his mental strength and turned it into an attack, hitting the illusory spirit blood fire's attack. Bang! The two attacks collided, but Lin Rei's attack was obviously stronger than the illusory spirit blood fire's attack. The illusory spirit blood fire, who was struggling, was finally defeated by Lin Rei. Humph, you want me to die? Then I won't let you have it easy. You'll regret it. Ha ha ha. Hearing the illusory spirit Bloodfire's voice getting softer and softer, Lin Rei finally felt relieved. But thinking of the last sentence of the illusory spirit Bloodfire, Lin Rei really couldn't understand. Feeling the pleasure of leveling up, Lin Rei's face revealed a smile. Slowly, Lin Rei calmed down and opened his eyes. At a glance, he saw Ice, who was staring at him. Cough, 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 that, oh, young master, you're awake. Get up quickly. Hearing Lin Rei's cough, Ice quickly went to Lin Rei's side and stretched out his hand to help Lin Rei up. But when Lin Rei felt Ice's aura, he suddenly found that his own aura was slowly rising. What's going on? I mean, how could, suddenly, Lin Rei's ears recalled the illusory spirit Bloodfire's words before it died. He felt that something was wrong. Bing, you have to stay away from me. I'm worried. Speaking of this, Bing saw his young master's eyes turn red. Seeing this scene, Bing was so scared that he couldn't move for a moment. Young master, you can't do this, young master. Bing looked at his young master walking towards him step by step, taking off his clothes as he walked. Even a stupid person would be able to guess that. And looking at Lin Rei's abnormal behavior at this time, Bing was even more certain of what Lin Rei was going to do next. Looking at his young master, Bing begged Lin Rei with a trembling body and mind. But at this time, Lin Rei was already engulfed by desire. He simply ignored Bing's words and didn't care about Bing's situation. With a swoosh sound, Lin Lei's naked body flew towards Ice at high speed. But Ice instinctively dodged, and Lin Lei disappeared into thin air. Roar! Lin Rei roared. His originally cold face became distorted when Bing dodged. His whole person looked very ferocious. Coupled with his pair of blood-red eyes, Lin Rei didn't look like a human at all. Instead, he looked like a ghost corpse that crawled out from the Nine Nether. This kind of ghost corpse didn't have its own consciousness and was no different from a puppet. Its only advantage was that it was completely obedient to the Nine Nether Lord. Moreover, its biggest characteristic was that its body was stronger than ordinary immortal equipment. Of course, it wouldn't appear in this low-level plane. This kind of race had always been sealed in the Nine Nether. Unless the Nine Nether Lord did something, it wouldn't come out. Ordinary. Terrifying. When Lin Rei saw that he didn't succeed this time, he rushed towards Bing again. This time, Lin Rei didn't know whether it was on his own or something, but he released the pressure of the peak of the enlightened realm. Although Bing was also at the peak of the enlightened realm, she was like a lamb compared to Lin Rei. After Lin Rei released his pressure, Bing's body was fixed in place and couldn't move. Woo-woo, young master, don't. At this time, Bing was scared to tears by Lin Rei's action. However, her body couldn't move, so she could only cry and beg Lin Rei, hoping that Lin Rei would wake up and let her go. Roar! At this time, Lin Rei, who was occupied by desire, couldn't let go of the prey in front of him. Lin Rei didn't have the chance to cry and beg for mercy. He directly rushed to Bing's side and pushed her to the ground. One of his hands touched Bing's body, and Lin Rei's lips instinctively touched Bing's lips. Rip! Lin Rei pulled off all the clothes on Bing's body, leaving nothing behind. For a moment, the whole room was filled with a spring scene. In the words of the 21st century, there was a scene that was not suitable for children in this room. Ah! A painful groan came out of the room, followed by a storm. This lasted for 4 hours before it slowly stopped. Perhaps because they were too tired, the two fell asleep in each other's arms. The moonlight outside the window shone in and reflected on their faces. Time passed quickly. In the blink of an eye, it was the morning of the next day. At this time, Lin Rei, who was leaning on Bing, had a strange movement. Lin Rei slowly opened his eyes and rubbed his head. Suddenly, Lin Rei felt something strange beside him. When he turned his head, Lin Rei was shocked. How could this be? At this moment, Linley was completely stupefied. When he saw ice beside him, for a moment, Linley felt as if his entire body had been fixed in place. His mind was completely blank. Slowly, Lin Ray's mind flashed through everything he did to Bing yesterday, including the madness last night. Everything came back to him. Oh, is this the regret that the illusory spirit blood fire mentioned? At this time, the last sentence of the illusory spirit blood fire appeared in Lin Ray's mind. For a moment, Lin Ray's whole body was dispirited. His eyes were filled with guilt as he looked at Bing in front of him. Lin Ray did not know what to say or do after she woke up. Looking at Bing's naked body, Linley hurriedly took out a snow-white earthen bear skin from his storage ring and put it on Bing's body. His actions were very intimate. After doing all this, Lin Ray quickly stood up and looked at the clothes that he tore. For a moment, he smiled bitterly. His eyes were full of sorrow. Then, he took out a set of clothes from the storage ring and put it on. Then, he put on the robe that he got from the system. Neatly dressed, Lin Ray walked out. What Linley didn't know was that the moment he walked out, Bing, who had been sleeping with his eyes closed, opened his eyes. Tears flowed out of his eyes uncontrollably. He hugged his arms and rolled them up. Finally, he couldn't help but burst into tears. At this moment, Linley had arrived at a courtyard where spirit beasts were kept. He caught a few spirit beasts and flew to an empty corner to sit down. After washing the spirit beasts, he placed them over a fire that had already been lit. Linley took out all the seasonings that he had bought before and busied himself. Just like that, an hour later, a meaty aroma wafted out from the spirit beasts over the fire. Who? Lin Ray grabbed a spirit beast's leg and put it in his mouth. After taking a bite, Lin Ray's eyes revealed a satisfied smile. I have to face it sooner or later. It's better to go back. Lin Ray thought of Bing, who was still in the room. For a moment, the smile in Lin Ray's eyes was replaced by sadness and guilt. Lin Ray stood up, holding the leg in his mouth with one hand and the spirit beast on the fire with the other hand. He walked towards his room. It should have been a short journey, but for Linley, it seemed to take him several days. Perhaps it was because Linley didn't dare to see ice, or perhaps it was because Linley felt guilty towards Red Lotus, but in the end, he still reached his own room. Ice, who was in the room, heard the noise outside. He quickly lay down and wiped away the tears on his face. Then he lay down and covered himself with the animal skin. He closed his eyes and did the same thing as Linley did when he went out. Jia, the door opened and Lin Ray walked in from outside. Bing also felt Lin Ray's breath and her body tensed up. I know you are awake. Since you are awake, then put on your clothes and come to eat. I have already prepared the spirit beast for you. In fact, Lin Ray had already heard Bing crying outside the door, so when Lin Ray came in and saw Bing's actions, Lin Ray already knew that she was pretending. Hearing Lin Ray's words, Bing already knew that she could no longer pretend, so she held the animal skin and floated around. But when she saw that her clothes had already turned into strips of cloth, Bing was in a dilemma. Seeing Bing's actions, Lin Ray looked at the place where Bing was looking. When he saw Bing's clothes, Lin Ray was embarrassed for a moment. Making a fuss, he said to Bing with embarrassment, "I am sorry, why don't you wear my clothes first?" After saying that, Lin Ray came in front of Bing, and Bing thought of the scene when Lin Ray rushed over yesterday. For a moment, when she saw Lin Ray coming over, her body unconsciously stepped back. When Linley saw this scene, he didn't say anything. He took out a set of purple robes and pants from his storage ring and gave them to Bing. Then, he handed the Taoist robe that he obtained from the system to Bing. Then, he turned his head and looked away. After Bing took the clothes, she quickly put them on. Her speed was very fast, as if something was chasing her from behind. After a while, Bing dressed neatly and came in front of Lin Ray. At this time, Bing no longer had the original cold feeling, instead, it was replaced by a gentle feeling, as if she was a completely different person. Young master. Bing's voice was very low, but Lin Rei heard it clearly. He did not know why, but when he heard Bing's voice, Lin Rei always remembered the scene last night. Cough, well, come and eat. We will talk after eating. Chapter 60. Bing responded and limped towards Lin Rei. He picked up the roasted spirit beast and began to eat. Lin Rei saw that Bing's movements were inconvenient and knew that all of this was caused by him. For a moment, Lin Rei felt distressed. Eat this. After eating it, you will be fine. Lin Rei took out a medicinal pill from the system and handed it to Bing. Bing saw Lin Rei's action and was stunned for a moment. What's wrong? Oh, nothing. Bing reached out and took the pill from Linley's hand. He put it in his mouth and swallowed it in one gulp. At the same time, Bing felt that the wound on his body where Linley had scratched him the day before had become warm. There was no longer any pain. Bing looked at Linley in a daze and a complicated expression appeared on his face. Looking at Bing's action and expression, Lin Rei did not know what to say. Originally, all of this was caused by the illusory spirit blood fire, but now, well, hurry up and eat. Otherwise, it will not taste good when it gets cold. After saying that, Lin Rei also picked up a piece of meat and then put it in his mouth. His action was very ugly. Compared with Bing next to him, it was like heaven and earth. There was no comparison at all. This meal, the two of them ate for a long time. At the same time, the two of them were silent for a long time. Neither of them spoke, as if they were waiting for each other. At this time, Bing finally could not help but say, "Young master, you don't have to be so embarrassed. I know that all of this is not your fault. Besides, with my identity, it is impossible for me to be worthy of young master. So, young master, you," speaking of this, Bing could not help but cry. The more he cried, the harder he cried. Lin Rei next to him did not know what to do. Bing, I'm sorry. It was my fault last night. I shouldn't have been so rude to you. Don't say that you don't deserve me. I just came from a small place. There's nothing between us that doesn't deserve each other. Lin Rei said guiltily to Bing, who was crying. He looked very guilty and kept saying sorry. Young master, don't say any more. No one can blame anyone for this, so young master, you don't have to apologize or feel guilty. Bing stopped crying and said to Lin Rei, who was apologizing. When he said this, Bing's eyes dimmed, as if he had lost something. Sigh, anyway, I'm sorry. Alright, you eat first. I'll go out first. You don't have to do anything during this time. Just cultivate here. With that, Lin Rei returned to his original cold face and walked out, leaving Ice alone in the room. Woo woo woo, Lin Rei, who had just walked out, heard Bing's crying and stopped. At this moment, Lin Rei's heart was very complicated. He did not know the reason. Perhaps it was guilt, perhaps it was heartache, or perhaps it was because he owed her. After staying here for a while, Lin Rei left. Bing cried for a long time in the room and thought for a long time. Finally, Bing returned to her original state and returned to her usual cold appearance. However, at this time, Bing looked more beautiful and cold than before. It was as if she had changed into a different person. Lin Rei did not know that because of his mistake, he had created a blood fiend Shura in the future. A woman who killed without batting an eyelid. Wherever she went, not even a blade of grass would grow. At this moment, Lin Rei returned to the Danzong Sect's meeting hall by following the path he took yesterday. At this moment, the Danzong sect leader and elders were sitting in the hall. Oh, young master, you're here. Please take a seat. The Danzong sect leader saw Lin Rei's arrival and instantly stood up. Then, he welcomed Lin Rei. Yes, you don't have to be like this. I'm just here to say some things. I'll leave after that. Hearing Lin Rei's words, all the Danzong sect leader and elders pricked up their ears and listened carefully. In 2 days, don't tell the outside world that I'm your new disciple. I don't want any unnecessary trouble in the sect. Secondly, a woman suddenly came to my palace to cause trouble yesterday. In the end, I think I had my subordinates send her back. I believe that person knows about it. I don't want this to happen a second time, no matter who it is. At this point, Lin Rei's killing intent was not limited to this kind of person. Everyone felt as if they had been struck by a scourge, and they all broke out in cold sweat. Young master, I'm sorry. It's my fault. I didn't teach my daughter well and caused her to fall. This kind of mistake will never happen again. Also, I've already warned my daughter, so please rest assured, young master. Suddenly, an old man returned and kowtowed to Lin Rei. His face was filled with gratitude as he spoke to Lin Rei. He was on the verge of crying. Well, you're not young anymore. Can you not kneel just like that? It's not good to do this. Also, as long as you take care of those disciples and don't let them disturb me, I won't do anything. Hearing this, everyone breathed a sigh of relief. Their originally tense faces all relaxed. Yes, young master's words will be engraved in our hearts. We won't dare to forget it. Young master, please rest assured. Hearing the elder's words, Lin Rei nodded and said, also, I'm about to go into seclusion. Go and prepare enough low-level pills for me, as well as some high-level pills. Also, tell Great Elder Biyao to find me at the place where I'm going into seclusion. Yes, young master. We'll definitely complete the task. Hearing Lin Rei's words, the Danzong sect leader quickly agreed. He didn't dare to stay for even a moment. And, there's one more thing. I estimate that the Great Elder will be back in 2 days. At the same time, he should bring back a lot of children. You can leave those children to my 5 subordinates. You don't have to worry about anything else. However, they might need some resources, so, before Lin Rei could finish, he heard the sect leader's voice, young master, please rest assured. We'll use the last of our resources to accompany these children. We'll definitely let them become the sect leader's right-hand men. Well, there's nothing else. Hurry up and prepare. I want to go into seclusion as soon as possible. After speaking, Lin Rei turned around and walked out. After hearing Lin Rei's words, the elders and sect leader immediately took action. All of them rushed to the task given by Lin Rei. At this moment, Lin Li was taking a leisurely stroll around the alchemy sect. His face revealed a relaxed expression. There were no more worries and no more trivial matters. His entire person was relaxed. Moreover, this person looked elegant and gave people a very comfortable feeling. However, this kind of comfort could only be maintained for a short while before it was broken. On the way, Lin Rei thought of his family in the 21st century. He thought of going to school at home. He also thought of earning money for his family. He also thought of the day he came to this world. That day was the day he separated from his girlfriend. Thinking of this, Lin Rei frowned. His whole body exuded a chill. Sometimes, he thought of the woman's words, you can't give me the life I want. Lin Rei's heart was very painful. The wound that had already healed was torn open again. Humph, bitch. I've been so good to you, yet you treat me like this. Why don't I dare? Isn't it because I don't have money? It's not like I don't know how to fight. You don't even give me a chance. At this time, Lin Rei became angrier the more he thought about it. Suddenly, Lin Rei said this sentence. His face revealed a ferocious expression. His eyes turned blood red and looked very terrifying. Senior. Senior brother, senior brother. Boom. Lin Rei's whole body trembled. His face revealed a frightened expression. His heart was very panicked. Thinking of the situation just now, Lin Rei's whole body trembled. Senior brother. A submissive voice came from the side. Lin Rei recognized this voice. It was the voice of the person who woke him up. If it wasn't for this person, then there would be no Lin Rei today. Turning around, Lin Rei saw a youth of the same age as him. He was very handsome. With his long bangs, sword-like eyebrows, and starry eyes, he looked very spirited. Coupled with his straight body, Lin Rei liked him at first sight. Oh, I don't know who this little brother is. Looking at the youth, Lin Rei couldn't help but ask for the other party's name. Moreover, the tone of his voice was very different. It was very gentle. Oh, senior brother, I'm a disciple who just joined the sect. My name is Dong Xiaonan. When I just entered the sect, I accidentally got separated from the senior brother who led the team. So I wanted to ask senior brother for directions. I don't know if I disturbed senior brother. The youth spoke very carefully. It was as if he was afraid of provoking Lin Rei. Lin Rei saw this scene and smiled. Don't be like this. I don't have so many rules. Besides, I still have to thank you. If it wasn't for you, I would be dead now. If it wasn't for your call, you wouldn't be seeing me now. You would be seeing my heart devil. After saying this, Lin Rei gave the youth a grateful look. In the eyes of those who were afraid of Lin Rei, this look was simply like the god of death waving at them. What, how could it be? When the youth heard Lin Rei's words, his eyes widened. He seemed very surprised. Moreover, thinking of the scene just now, the youth didn't feel anything strange about Lin Rei at all. Okay, let's not talk about it. Since you saved me, I have to repay you. How about this, let's go to my residence and have a drink. Just treat it as a thank you for saving my life. What do you think? Lin Rei looked at the youth's eyes. He could clearly feel the other party's surprise and disbelief. This is not good. I'm just an outer sect disciple who just entered the sect. According to the sect's rules, outer sect disciples are not allowed to enter the inner sect. If they find out, it's a capital offense. When he heard Lin Rei's words, Dong Xiaonan's eyes revealed a look of fear. Moreover, Lin Rei could clearly feel the other party's body trembling. Don't be afraid. In this sect, as long as I'm here, there's no place you can't go. Okay, let's go. If something happens, I'll be alone. After saying this, Lin Rei pulled Dong Xiaonan's hand and walked towards his residence. Chapter 61. When he returned to his residence with Dong Xiaonan, Linli learned a lot. Dong Xiaonan was the youngest son of a landlord, about the same age as Linli himself, born from a concubine. However, Dong Xiaonan's life was pretty good. It was impossible for him to live like a beggar like Linli did back then. He had everything he wanted at home and could have lived the life of a young master. However, at this time, the family that had been competing with his family invited a practitioner from somewhere. Therefore, the practitioner began to attack and insult his family in all sorts of ways. In the end, Dong Xiaonan couldn't stand it anymore and passed away. He swore that he would definitely become a practitioner. That way, he would be able to control the family business and his family wouldn't have to be humiliated by others. After learning this, Lin Rei sympathized with Dong Xiaonan. In addition, Dong Xiaonan had just saved his life, so Lin Rei liked him very much. Very quickly, Linli returned to his own residence. Bing was sitting in the courtyard, his eyes closed, basking in the sun. However, his face didn't look the slightest bit comfortable. There was only an icy aura around him, and his eyebrows were tightly furrowed, as though he was thinking about something unpleasant. Seeing this, Linli's heart couldn't help but ache. Bing. Linli gently called out to Ice who was sitting there, but Ice didn't seem to hear him and didn't have a chance to speak to Linli. Seeing this scene, Linli was helpless. Sai, you go in first. I will look for you later. Lin Rei said to Dong Xiaonan behind him. After that, he didn't say anything. He went to Bing's side and squatted down. He took out a blanket from his storage ring and returned it to Bing. Then he looked at Bing quietly. In addition to the complex expression in his eyes, there was more tenderness. When Dong Xiaonan saw this scene, he didn't say anything. He just followed Lin Rui's words and walked into the room. After quietly watching for a long time, Lin Li stood up and said to the air, "Go get me some wine. While you're at it, get me some good dishes. Also, get some women's clothing. If there are any spirit treasures, that would be best. Get as many as you can." As he spoke, Lin Li tossed a storage ring into the air. A person suddenly appeared in mid-air, grabbing the storage ring with one hand, then bowed towards Lin Li, then flew off into the distance. Lin Rui saw the figure disappear. Then Lin Rui went to Bing's side and sat down, quietly watching her sleep. Looking at Bing's wrinkled brows, Lin Rui couldn't help but stretch out his hand to relax Bing's brows. However, Lin Rui couldn't help it no matter how much he tried. Don't. Suddenly, Bing, who was sleeping, spoke, and when he spoke, he seemed to be very scared and involuntarily shrank his body. One of his hands tightly grasped her forehead. The hand that was on her forehead was grasping it tightly. "Oh, it's okay. I'm here. Don't be afraid. I will protect you and not let you suffer any harm." Seeing Ice's strange state, Lin Li's heart ached as if someone was trampling on it. Don't. Suddenly, when Lin Li saw Ice talking in her sleep, tears began to flow from the corners of her eyes unconsciously. "Alas, all of this is caused by me. If it weren't for me, you wouldn't be so scared even in your dreams. It's all my fault." As he spoke, Lin Rui also unconsciously shed tears, but they were quickly wiped away by Lin Rui. No one saw it, including Bing, who was sleeping. Time passed quickly. Lin Rui's hand was hugged by Bing for 4 hours. Previously, Ming, who went out to buy groceries, came back. However, Lin Rui really didn't want to wake Bing up, so he stayed here with her for such a long time. At this time, Bing, who had been sleeping for a long time, woke up. The first thing she saw when she opened her eyes was Lin Rui. She also saw that she was hugging his hand. For a moment, Bing panicked and quickly stood up. However, at this time, because she had slept for a long time, her legs were weak. She wanted to fall into Lin Rui's arms. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, young master. I didn't mean it. I really didn't mean it." Bing, who fell in Lin Rui's arms, hurriedly knelt on the ground and apologized. Her whole body was trembling, and her eyes were full of fear. "Quick, get up. What's wrong with you? Didn't I say that you don't need to kneel when you see me?" Seeing Bing's action, Lin Rui quickly helped her to sit down on a chair, and then covered her legs with a blanket to let her blood flow quickly. "Well, since you're awake, sit down and refresh yourself. Then come in and eat. We have guests at home. I bought some food and vegetables. You haven't eaten yet." After that, Lin Rui didn't wait for Bing to speak, and then directly walked into the room. At this time, Dong Xiaonan, who had been waiting in the room for a long time, fell asleep. He was bored or sleepy. When Lin Rui came to the room and saw Dong Xiaonan asleep, he didn't wake him up. Instead, he went directly to the dining table and sat down. He picked up a pot of wine and poured it into his mouth. Gulp, gulp. A sound came from Lin Rui's throat, which woke up Dong Xiaonan, who was sleeping soundly. Dong Xiaonan, who woke up, rubbed his eyes and sat up in a daze. But when he saw Lin Rui, he woke up. "Senior brother, I'm sorry. I was too sleepy just now, so I fell asleep." Dong Xiaonan walked up to Lin Li, a look of embarrassment on his face as he spoke to Lin Li. Hee, it's okay. If you want to say sorry, it's me. I invited you here, but in the end, I flirted with you for such a long time." Looking at Dong Xiaonan's appearance, Lin Rui really wanted to laugh, but he had to keep his face, so he didn't laugh. "Come on, hurry up. I have already prepared the dishes and wine. Quickly sit down and eat. Looking at Dong Xiaonan's shy appearance, Lin Rui quickly let him sit down. Otherwise, he would probably keep standing there. Yes, senior brother. Hearing Dong Xiaonan's name, Lin Rui smiled and didn't say anything. It was just a name, so there was no need to care so much. Come, for you saving me today, I will drink this bottle first. Lin Rui said to Dong Xiaonan, then grabbed the bottle of wine in his hand and drank. Dong Xiaonan saw this scene and was surprised. He didn't think that Lin Rui would drink the wine like this. Gulp. Looking at Lin Rui's drinking posture, Dong Xiaonan couldn't help but swallow a mouthful of saliva. There was a little embarrassed expression in his eyes, but it was quickly covered up. After a while, the wine bottle in Lin Rui's hand was empty, but Lin Rui's face didn't have a trace of drunkenness. Come, this second cup is to let us meet. Otherwise, I will still die. Let's drink this bottle together. After drinking the first bottle, Lin Rui picked up another bottle and clinked it with Dong Xiaonan. Then, he raised his head and drank. Dong Xiaonan was no different from Lin Rui. He directly grabbed the bottle and drank. Although he vomited twice on the way, in the end, he still drank all the wine. Ha ha ha, it's really satisfying. I haven't been like this for a long time. If I didn't meet you today, I probably wouldn't have such a feeling. After drinking the wine, Lin Rui snorted and then hugged Dong Xiaonan's neck. At this time, Lin Rui's face was no longer cold. Burp. Yes. Yes, this is my first time drinking wine. I didn't expect that wine would be so exciting. Right now, both of their faces were red, but the look in their eyes was indeed different. Lin Li's eyes were filled with confusion and regret, while Dong Xiaonan's eyes were filled with excitement and loss. Brother, do you know? When I saw you, I had an illusion that we had met before. Moreover, I felt that we will be very good friends and brothers in the future. At this time, Lin Rui sat back in his original position and looked at Dong Xiaonan with a drunk face. Yes, I also have this feeling, but I don't know why. No matter why, from today onwards, you are my, Lin Rui's, brother. If you go against heaven's will, I will not tolerate it. Boom. Just as Lin Rui finished speaking, a muffled thunder suddenly appeared in the sky. It was as if it heard Lin Rui's words and acted as a witness for them. Yes, I, Dong Xiaonan, swear that in this life and forever, no matter what you become, you will always be my brother. If I go against it, let me fall into the 9 underworlds and be eaten by the 9 underworlds' ghost corpses. Boom. Just as Dong Xiaonan finished speaking, just like Lin Rui before, he responded as if he was acting as a witness for them. Ha ha ha, good, I recognize you as a brother. In the future, don't call me senior brother. Seeing that we are about the same age, you can call me Brother Lei from now on. Yes, then Brother Lei, you can call me Little Nan from now on. That's how my family calls me. It feels very close to me. The two became life and death brothers on this day in the 3589th year of the Xuanli calendar. At the same time, what no one knew was that Dong Xiaonan's future achievements were limitless. He had become the Emperor of Hongmeng. In addition to his cultivation being below Lin Rui, he would also be one of the elders of the Xuanzong sect in the future. Come, drink. In this way, the two of them drank for a long time. At a glance, the whole room was full of wine bottles, but the dishes on the table were not eaten at all. The room was full of the smell of wine. The two of them had drunk so much that they were unconscious. At this time, Bing came in from outside the door and came to Lin Rui's side. He looked at Lin Rui with a trace of complex emotions in his eyes. He looked at the wine bottles on the ground and shook his head with a bitter smile. Then he carried Lin Rui on his back and walked to his room. Dong Xiaonan, who was next to him, came in from outside the door after Bing left. Then he carried him on his back and walked to another room. Chapter 62. For a practitioner, Lin Rei's weight was nothing at all. Even if there were 10 more people, it would not be a problem. Bing carried Lin Rei back to his room and then put him on the bed. Looking at Lin Rei's appearance, Bing's heart was very uncomfortable. Vomit, vomit. Just when Bing was stunned, Lin Rei on the bed made a vomiting sound. Bing quickly sat on the bed and then supported Lin Rei's body on his lap. Then he gently patted Lin Rei's back, trying to make him vomit out the things that he wanted to vomit. His movements were very gentle. Alas, knowing that it is so uncomfortable, why did you drink so much? It really makes people worry. Bing patted Lin Rei's back and complained like a resentful wife. After listening for a while, Lin Rei did not make any sound, so Bing put Lin Rei back on the bed and went out. At this time, Lin Rei was already snoring. Not long after, Bing came in with a basin of hot water. His movements were very gentle, as if he was afraid of waking Lin Rei up. Bing, who came in with a basin of water, came to Lin Li's side and wiped Lin Li's face and hands with a wet towel, gently wiping them. Ah! Just when Bing was wiping Lin Rei's face, a hand suddenly stretched out and grabbed Bing's arm. Young master, well, it's okay, you don't have to wipe. Lin Rei said and sat up, but he did not let go of Bing's hand. Instead, he held it tighter and tighter. Sitting up, Lin Li and Ice looked at each other. They just looked at each other quietly. Neither of them spoke first. Neither of them made any moves. They just looked at each other. After a long time, Lin Rei opened his mouth again and said apologetically, Bing, I'm sorry for what happened yesterday. Yesterday, I was absorbing a kind of heavenly flame, but at the last moment, I was tricked by the heavenly flame. That's why I did what I did. Ah, it's fine. Young master, you don't have to apologize. After listening to Lin Rei's words, Bing's expression did not change, but when he spoke, he was choked with sobs. Sigh, don't be like this. Looking at Bing's appearance, Lin Rei's heart was filled with mixed feelings. There were all kinds of feelings, but most of all, his heart ached for Bing. Woo. It would have been better if Lin Rei didn't say it, but now that he said it, Bing, who didn't cry, cried out in pain after hearing Lin Rei's words. Bing, don't cry. After saying that, Lin Rei touched Bing's face with one hand, and the other hand took out a soft handkerchief from the storage ring to wipe Bing's tears. Well, let's not think about those unhappy things. Today, the emergence of the heart devil almost killed me. I don't want to waste time on these unhappy things. After saying that, Lin Rei did not ask Bing's opinion. He grabbed Bing's slender waist and hugged her. This action really scared Bing. Ah, young master, don't be so surprised. After what happened today, I thought a lot. In the past, I had no strength, no wealth, and no power, so my confidant turned her head and left me for a rich and powerful man. There was a time when I didn't want to like anyone else, but when a woman got hurt because of me, my heart was melted by her, but it was also an unforgivable sin. Later on, it was you. I unintentionally had a relationship with you. To be honest, I didn't know what to do at first. If I got together with you, I felt that I would be letting down the girl who got hurt because of me, but I had already hurt you, so I really wanted to protect you and not let you get hurt in the future. After saying that, Lin Rei saw that Bing was crying at this time. She wasn't crying bitterly, but she was crying with a happy smile on her face. After seeing that, Lin Rei was very happy. Well, young master, I don't care how many women you have. I just want to say that as long as you have Bing, in your heart, it's enough. Bing has nothing more to ask for. After saying that, Bing's head rested on Lin Rei's chest. She quietly closed her eyes, as if she had fallen asleep. Seeing Bing's action, Lin Rei's heart was relieved. However, with such a beautiful woman in his arms, Lin Rei couldn't sit still. He saw Lin Rei's hand caressing Bing's body, and his lips secretly kissed Bing's lips. Bing didn't resist, instead, she responded. Just like that, yesterday's scene was repeated. Until the second half of the night, the creaking bed finally returned to silence. Ming and Tian Yun, who were standing outside, looked at each other with a knowing look, then went back to hiding. When Lin Rei and Bing went to sleep, they were in the main hall of the Danzong sect. At this time, all the higher-ups were here. Sect Master, the task of collecting medicinal herbs given to us by young Master has been completed, and we've even exceeded the quota. At this time, the old man who had knelt and kowtowed to Lin Rei during the day stood up and reported to the Danzong Sect Master, Dan Yunzi. Well done, but you must pay attention to what young Master told you during the day. No matter how mischievous and lawless they used to be, now that young Master is here, you must tell them to pay attention. Fortunately, young Master was merciful this time, otherwise, we wouldn't be able to say anything even if they died. Do you understand? The elder who was originally smiling suddenly disappeared without a trace. This made the elders who were watching the show at the side laugh. Humph, I'm not only talking about them, but also you. You must also take care of your disciples and children. Young Master only gave a warning this time. If there's a next time, you won't be so lucky. Do you understand? Hearing Dan Yunzi's words, all the elders nodded in agreement. The old man who was laughed at earlier laughed at this time. Humph, aren't you laughing? Laugh if you have the ability. You must be careful. If one of your children angers young Master one day, it'll be a terrible thing. Hearing the words of the old man who was laughed at earlier, all the elders smiled bitterly. All right, don't make trouble. How old are you? Why are you still acting like children? Seeing this scene, Dan Yunzi smiled bitterly for a while. He knew their temperament. After all, they were all from the same sect, and they were all fellow disciples. Yes, we will follow senior brother Dan Yunzi's words. We will definitely go back and take care of the younger generation. We won't let them cause trouble in the sect. Alright, now that this matter is done, let's quickly think of a way to do the next thing young Master asked us to do. Moreover, we must do it beautifully. Seeing his junior brothers being so respectful to him, Dan Yunzi couldn't help but feel grateful to Lin Rei. Originally, when Wang Ji was still alive, the relationship between them wasn't good. But after Wang Ji's death, the relationship became so harmonious. Dan Yunzi was very happy. Yes, that's a must. Since young Master has entrusted these matters to us, it means that he trusts us. Alright, it's already so late. Go back and rest. After tomorrow, we will discuss the next thing young Master asked us to do. Yes. After he finished speaking, the originally bustling main hall became absolutely silent. Everyone left the scene. The night was so peaceful. The moonlight shone on the ground, making it look like a piece of silver-white clothing on the mysterious heavenly continent. It was very beautiful. How good would it be if such peace could be maintained forever? But was it possible? Time passed quickly. The sun, moon, and stars alternated. Very soon, the night turned into day. Some people also started a new day of work. Some were working in the fields, some were reading in their rooms, and some were practicing their cultivation techniques in the morning. At this time, Lin Rei was also lying on the bed, looking at the woman lying beside him with a smile. Sigh, how good would it be if this could continue forever? But this world doesn't allow it. Lin Rei looked at this happy scene and couldn't help but sigh. Originally, it was a beautiful day, but because of him, there wasn't any happiness left. What was left was only a tense state of mind and the system mission that didn't have much time left. Linley, who was deep in thought, was awakened by the abnormality around him. Linley raised his head and looked at Bing, who had woken up. His face, which had no trace of a smile before, showed a trace of a smile. You're awake. Just this short sentence caused Linley to slowly feel a sense of bliss. Why are you looking at me like this? Is there something on my face? Seeing Lin Rei looking at her like this, Bing thought that there was something dirty on her face, so she quickly wiped her face with her hands. Hee, it's nothing. I just feel very happy now. I want to continue like this. Oh, I thought there was something wrong. Then you can continue to live like this. Hearing Lin Rei's words, Bing's face revealed a happy smile. She hugged Lin Rei and her face was attached to Lin Rei's bare chest. And, this day will come, but not now. I still have very important things to do. If I don't do it, then I have no qualifications to say such words. With that, Lin Rei's face revealed a sad expression. Seeing this scene, Bing's originally smiling face became silent. Her hands kept drawing circles on Lin Rei's chest. Hee, forget it. Don't think about these troublesome things. With such a well-behaved wife like Bing accompanying me, there is no problem that I can't solve. With that, Lin Rei revealed a wretched smile and hugged Bing, who was lying on top of him. This action frightened Bing. Thinking of the scene yesterday, Bing could not help but blush. Young master, you have to be gentle. With that, Bing closed her eyes. This action seemed to indicate that she was at your mercy. Hee, silly girl, I just want to kiss you and then get up to make breakfast for you. I will accompany you for a few more days, then I will go into seclusion. With that, Lin Rei kissed Bing's forehead and then got out of bed and began to dress. Humph, young master only knows how to bully me. I will not talk to you anymore. Seeing Bing throwing a small tantrum, Lin Rei laughed and then went out to prepare breakfast for Bing without saying anything. Chapter 63. What Linley didn't know was that after he walked out, Bing's face, which was originally full of shyness, suddenly became extremely serious. Her eyes were filled with determination, as if she had decided on something. No, I have to help young master. I have to share his burden. Bing, who seemed to have made up his mind, lay back down on the bed and pondered quietly. What Linley didn't know was that because of what he had said, Bing had been cultivating non-stop. Soon, he had been called the Jade-Faced Azura. As for Linley, he went to the place where he had roasted the meat and began to test the meat. This time, there was quite a bit of meat. Soon, he was done. And so, Linley picked up his things and went to his own courtyard. Hey, boy, you're awake. How did you sleep last night? When Lin Rei returned to the courtyard, he saw Dong Xiaonan, who had woken up at some point, exercising. His 8-pack abs were exposed, and he looked very strong. Oh, it's Brother Lei. I didn't know when I got drunk last night. When I woke up this morning, I was already in my room. Oh, I was ordered to carry you to your room yesterday. We were all drunk last night. I don't know anything else. After hearing the boy's words, Lin Rei didn't have anything to hide. Therefore, he told the boy what happened after he got drunk last night. I see. I was so rude. I didn't expect to make a fool of myself last night. Really, speaking of this, the boy's face was full of shame and a bitter smile. Lin Rei couldn't stand it anymore. Okay, let's not talk about this. I was afraid that you drank too much last night, so I went out to roast a few spirit beasts for breakfast. After saying that, Lin Rei handed the biggest one to the boy. At this time, the boy's eyes widened in disbelief. Brother Lei, you said this is a spirit beast? Yes, what's wrong? Looking at the puzzled look on his younger brother's face, Linley was somewhat baffled. It's really a spirit beast. This thing is very valuable in our place. Some can't even be bought with money. Brother Lei, you're really awesome to roast it and eat it. Such a simple sentence completely stunned Lin Rei. He originally thought that it was something serious, but when Lin Rei heard this sentence, he had a helpless expression and the corner of his mouth kept twitching. Alright, this is only a low-level spirit beast. When you have the strength, you can also capture it. At that time, you won't feel that it's valuable. Instead, you'll feel that it's degrading. After saying that, Lin Rei gave the spirit beast to the young man. Then, without waiting for the young man to speak, he turned around and went back to Bing's room. In the room, Bing was thinking about something with his eyes closed. When he heard the footsteps, he knew that Lin Rei, who had gone out to cook, had returned. "Don't move. I'll feed you." When Lin Rei came in, he saw Bing Zhengzhuan standing up. However, he was stopped by Lin Rei. Then, Lin Rei sat on the edge of the bed and hugged Bing's shoulders. N. Hearing Lin Rei's words, Bing responded obediently. Then, he opened his mouth and waited for Lin Rei to feed him. Hee hee, little girl. Seeing Bing's appearance, Lin Rei put the roasted spirit beast on the table. He tore a small piece and put it in Bing's mouth. Is it delicious? Looking at Bing's chewing mouth, Lin Rei couldn't help but kiss it. However, he was stopped by Bing. Don't. There's oil stains. Hee hee, it's okay. It's not dirty. Even if it's dirty, it's okay. After saying that, Lin Rei kissed Bing. Bing also responded very cooperatively. In this way, the meal was finished after half an hour. Well, if you want to sleep, you can sleep for a while. I'm going out to see the young man. Maybe he will be my right-hand man in the future. Go ahead. Hearing Lin Rei's words, Bing didn't stop him. Bing did not stop him. Seeing Linley walk out of the room, Bing picked up Linley's clothes and put them on. Young man, I don't know if the spirit beast I roasted is delicious. When Lin Rei came to the small courtyard, he looked at the young man who was eating happily and teased him. Oh, Brother Lei, you're out. Seeing Lin Rei, the young man quickly sat up and grabbed the breakfast he had just eaten with one hand. Okay, let's eat. When he came here, Lin Rei waved his hand to let him sit down. He looked at the young man with a serious expression. Hee hee, what's wrong with Brother Lei? Why do you have such a serious expression? I'm a little scared when I look at you. After sitting down, Lin Rei looked at Lin Rei's serious expression and didn't know what to do for a moment. Young man, let me ask you. When you came to the sect, did you test the level and attribute of your spirit root? Or did you practice any techniques? Hearing Lin Rei's words, the young man looked confused, as if he didn't know what Lin Rei was talking about. Well, Brother Lei, I'll tell you the truth. The reason why I was able to come in was because my family stuffed a lot of money into the hands of a person who recruited disciples, so, speaking of this, the young man gave Lin Rei a look, as if to say, you know what I mean. There's such a thing? Hearing the young man's words, Lin Rei was also very surprised. He didn't think that it would be so easy to enter the sect. Okay, then I'll test the level and attribute of your spirit root for you now. It might be a little strange later, so no matter what you see, don't be surprised. Originally, he thought that the young man had already tested his spirit root. He didn't expect that he would have to do it himself in the end. Brother Lei, you can do it. I won't resist. No matter what, I won't resist. Saying that, the young man opened his hands, as if to say, you can do it. I won't resist. Seeing this scene, Lin Rei really wanted to slap him to death. This feeling was quite similar to that of Lei Dong. I say, young man. I'm just doing a test. You don't have to sit there as if I've done something to you. If others see this, it won't be good for both of us, you know? I know, but it seems that a beauty saw it. Hearing the young man's words, Lin Rei quickly turned his head and saw Bing standing behind him, looking at him with a puzzled expression. Bing, you go take a look around first. I'm doing a test for the young man. I'll look for you later. Oh. Hearing Lin Rei's words, Bing turned around and wanted to walk outside. Lin Rei wiped his cold sweat and then turned to the young man to test. Little dragon, scan Dong Xiaonan's information for me. I want to see how his aptitude is. Although it's a test, it's not Lin Rei himself, but the system spirit in the system, little dragon. I know, but I still need your hand to sweep over Dong Xiaonan's head. Understood. Saying that, Lin Rei's hand swept over Dong Xiaonan's head. His movements were very fast, and the young man basically didn't feel any pain. Ding dong, scanning all of Dong Xiaonan's information. Please wait, ding dong, all of Dong Xiaonan's information has been confirmed. Ding dong, does the host want to check Dong Xiaonan's personal information? Hearing a series of electronically generated voices, Lin Rei seemed to have returned to the 21st century, but he knew very well that this was impossible. Check. When Lin Rei finished speaking, a big screen appeared in front of him. All of Dong Xiaonan's information was written on it, including his family's information, but this scene could only be seen by Lin Rei. Name, Dong Xiaonan. Gender, male. Age, 14 and a half. Spiritual roots, wind fire, top spiritual roots. Talent, heaven-defying cultivation, 3rd level of body refinement. Experience, 158400, cultivation technique, none. Equipment, Jade Creek spiritual jade weapon, none. Family, Dong family, established in the Middle Continent's Wuang Empire's imperial capital. It's unknown how long it's been, but it has always been known as the Wuang Empire's #1 family. Moreover, the family has been doing business for many years, and it's an out-and-out wealthy family. There are many people in the family who hold positions in the empire, and their status is very high. Dong Xiaonan's father is even more amazing. He has the strength of a body refining stage, and is currently one of the 3 great dukes of the Wuang Empire. Looking at this series of information, Lin Rei was very surprised. He didn't think that the young man's background would be from the Middle Continent, and that his aptitude would be so good. Most importantly, he didn't learn any cultivation techniques. This was what made Lin Rei puzzled, but at the same time, he was very excited. His eyes were shining, looking very cunning. Sure enough, he's a piece of unpolished jade. With my help in the future, the young man will definitely become a strong person. The more Lin Rei thought about it, the more excited he became. He never thought that the young man would have such a heaven-defying spiritual root. At most, he thought that the young man only had a spiritual root, or maybe he had some aptitude. What's wrong, Brother Lei? Is it because my aptitude and spiritual root are too low? Looking at the dazed Lin Rei, the young man's eyes dimmed, as if he had received a blow. No, your aptitude isn't very good. Hearing Lin Rei's words, the young man was stunned. But when he heard Lin Rei's next words, the young man was completely excited. I mean, your aptitude isn't very good, it's very good. It's the kind of good that is top-notch. Even in the Danzong sect, there aren't many people who can compare to your aptitude and spiritual root. Ah, really? Do I really have such aptitude? Hearing the young man's question, Lin Rei was even more confused. A family had a powerhouse at the body synthesis stage. As the young master of the family, how could he not cultivate? Moreover, he didn't even have a cultivation technique. In addition, he said that he came for his father, and that his father was being oppressed. Wasn't this nonsense? Lin Rei didn't expose him, and there was no need for him to do so. As long as he was his brother in the future, everything else was not important. Really, I just looked at your aptitude, and it's indeed the best aptitude for cultivation. Ah, that's great, that's great. I can finally cultivate. Chapter 64. Looking at the excited smile on his younger brother's face, Lin Li could not understand. For someone who did not have to worry about food and clothing, who had power and wealth, who could be said to be the second generation of a wealthy official, why would he be so excited about training? The young man, who had been happy for a long time, finally calmed down. He quickly looked at Lin Rei, who was beside him, apologetically. I'm sorry, Brother Lei. I was just too excited and forgot where I was. Hearing the young man's words, Lin Rei smiled and said, It's fine. As a person, you should do as you please. If you can't express your emotions, what's the difference between you and a walking corpse? Yes, Brother Lei is right. After speaking, the young man began to giggle to himself, not caring whether or not Linley was next to him. Alright, let's get down to business. In a moment, I'll send someone to find you a top-notch cultivation technique. Then, I'll send someone to bring you to the place where weapons are kept. After that, you can cultivate here. Cultivating here should be faster than cultivating in the outer sect. Lin Rei said to himself, not even bothering to ask if the young man was listening. In the end, when he turned his head, he saw that the young man's face was already close to him, looking at Lin Rei curiously. Brother Lei, you're not that elder's illegitimate son, are you? What do you mean? Lin Rei was confused when he heard Nanyo's words. He didn't know what Nanyo meant. Otherwise, why would you order someone to pick a cultivation method and a weapon for me? Only the sect elders or the sect leader have the authority to do these things. Hearing Nanyo's words, Lin Rei smiled and joked, "You're quite sneaky, kid. However, you're wrong. I'm neither the sect elder's illegitimate son nor the sect leader's illegitimate son. However, I can still mobilize the sect's resources. Let me ask you now, do you want it or not? If you don't, then forget it." "Yes, why wouldn't I? The things Brother Lei gives must be good stuff." Hearing Lin Rei's words, the young man quickly agreed. "Alright, so be it. In a while, I'll get someone to bring you to pick a weapon. As for the cultivation method, I'll get them to give you the best cultivation method. In the following time, you have to cultivate properly. If you can't even beat my disciple, then you'll really lose face." "What? Brother Lei, you already have a disciple? Who is your disciple? Is it a man or a woman? How high is his cultivation? Brother Lei, you can't bully me like this. I haven't even started cultivating yet." "Hey, Brother Lei, don't go." As soon as he finished speaking, he turned around and walked out. When the male disciple saw this, he hurriedly said a bunch of things. Sometimes, Lin Rei really felt that he should put the male disciple and Lin Rei together. That way, he would be free and he wouldn't hear their voices anymore. As he thought about it, Lin Rei decided that if there was a chance in the future, he would definitely let them get to know each other. "Young master, you're out." As soon as he left the small courtyard, he saw Ice and the other 4 standing at the door. They were probably waiting for him. "What's the matter? Just say what you want to say." "Young master, I want to go out with Jian Wei to gain experience. Staying in the sect all the time may not be as fast as gaining experience outside, so I beg you to let us go." As they spoke, they saw Jian Wei and Bai Qi kneeling on the ground. Hearing Bai Qi's words, Lin Rei was stunned at first and then came to his senses. "However, during your journey, I need you to find me a group of children with decent strength and superior innate spiritual roots. Young people are fine too, but it's best if they are not over 30 years old. By the way, find me some children who have never cultivated before. It's best if they are orphans without parents. Remember, I only want loyalty. As long as they are loyal to me, it's fine. If they are not loyal to me, I don't want them no matter how high their cultivation is or how good their innate spiritual roots are. Remember, I don't want them, no matter how high their cultivation is or how good their innate spiritual roots are. Do you understand?" Hearing Lin Rei's words, Bai Qi and the other 2 quickly nodded and said, "Yes, young master. We will definitely complete the task given by young master." "Then, young master, we will. Well, go. But remember, no matter what danger you encounter, your own life is the most important thing. If I know that you are missing an arm or a leg when you come back, I will definitely beat you up." Looking at Lin Rei's concerned eyes, Bai Qi and the other 2 felt warm in their hearts. "Yes, young master. We will follow your orders." "Well, go. Go and come back as soon as possible. You must protect your own life, okay?" Seeing Lin Rei exhorting them again and again, Bai Qi and the other 2 almost burst into tears. Bai Qi and the other 2 bowed to Lin Rei, then stepped on their flying swords and flew into the distance, leaving behind a pair of worried eyes as they watched them disappear. Only then did they withdraw their gazes. Well, since I have given them a task, I will also give you a task. In 2 days, there will be a large group of children coming. In a moment, I will give you the cultivation techniques. As for the cultivation resources, I will have someone send them to you. Your task is to let them know their loyalty and increase their strength as much as possible within 3 years. In 3 years, I will go to the Middle Continent and establish my own sect there. After saying that, Lin Rei's eyes revealed a domineering look, as if he was the boss and the heavens were the second. Yes, we will follow young master's orders. We will definitely train those children into young master's weapons. We will have them expand young master's territory and conquer boundless territories for young master. After hearing Lin Rei's words, Ming and the others quickly knelt on the ground and kowtowed to Lin Rei. Get up, all of you. As long as you complete the tasks I have given you, then everything will be fine. Also, there is no need to kowtow to me in the future. Yes, young master. Hearing Lin Rei's words, Ming and the others hurriedly responded. Well, Ming, in a moment, go find the sect master and ask for the best cultivation technique of the Danzong sect. Tianyun, take the younger brother to find the elder and ask for a weapon token. Then, take the younger brother to the armory to pick a suitable weapon. As for Bing, you go back to your room and cultivate. Well, since we have divided the work, then go do your work. In 2 days, I will go into seclusion. If you have any matters, just tell Bing. She will pass it on to me. After speaking, Lin Li left, giving the order. The 3 of them just stood there, stunned. Hee, Sister Bing, you are now the young master's favorite. In the future, you must put in more good words in front of the young master. Seeing that Lin Li had disappeared, Tianyun hurriedly went behind Ice and began to whisper sweet nothings to her while massaging her shoulders. In short, he had a fawning expression on his face that made anyone who saw him want to go up and beat him up. Humph, look at your wretched expression. If I were you, I would just kill myself by banging my head against the wall. Humph, it's none of your business. If you have the ability, then come at me too. I'm afraid you don't know how to do it. The 2 of them quarreled as soon as they had a disagreement. Bing, who was watching from the side, was helpless. From the first time the 2 of them met, they had formed a grudge. As soon as they met, they would definitely fight. Bing didn't even need to think about it. Alright, you two. How old are you? Why are you still quarreling all day? Can't you take a break? Have you forgotten the task that the young master gave you? Bing couldn't stand it anymore. She knew that the person they were most afraid of was Lin Rei. Therefore, she brought up Lin Rei to stop this war of words. Ah, that's right. The young master gave us a task. We almost missed it because of you. Humph, when Tianyun heard Bing's words, he quickly turned around and flew away. Ming did the same. She went to the small courtyard behind her. After a while, Ming brought her younger brother with her and flew to the residence of the elder who was in charge of the armory. Sigh, what a pair of clowns. Bing, who was left in the same place, smiled bitterly when she saw the 2 of them leave on bad terms. However, there was nothing she could do. In terms of strength, they were still very powerful. Sigh. Bing sighed, shook her head, and walked back to her residence. At this time, Lin Rei had also arrived at the meeting hall. Looking at the group of people in front of him, Lin Rei smiled and sat down on the main seat. I want to go into seclusion in 2 days. I don't know if the things I asked for have been prepared. Looking at the elders and sect leaders who were sitting below, Lin Rei told them that he wanted to go into seclusion. Yes, young master. The things you asked us to prepare have been prepared. We have also prepared a lot of different spiritual herbs. Those spiritual herbs are all used to concoct high-grade medicinal pills. Hearing that Lin Rei wanted to go into seclusion, Dan Yunzi quickly told Lin Rei about the collection of spiritual herbs. Oh, there are even high-grade spiritual herbs. Lin Rei was surprised. When he asked them to prepare the spiritual herbs, he regretted that he didn't ask them to prepare high-grade spiritual herbs. He didn't expect them to have already prepared them. Yes, young master. Well, good. Since you have done well, I will reward you. When I come out this time, no one will give you anything good. Hearing Linley's words, the various elders and Dan Yunzi all grew excited. They all thanked Linley. It is our honor to be able to work for you, young master. We wouldn't dare to claim credit for ourselves. Well, good. In that case, I will take my leave first. As for the place for seclusion, you can help prepare it. Also, put the spiritual herbs in the place. Also, you must inform Biyao in advance. Understand? Yes, I will arrange the place for young master's seclusion in a while. As for Great Elder Biyao, he has already prepared it. Young master just needs to inform him. Well, good. You all go about your business. I will take my leave first. After saying that, Lin Rei walked out, leaving behind the excited elders. As for Dan Yunzi, he just smiled and didn't show too much excitement. Well. Since young master has already instructed us, then we will go about our business. Also, young master said that he will bring back some disciples in 2 days. Then, he will need some medicinal pills. You all have worked hard these days. Refine some early gold core stage medicinal pills. We don't know how many people young master will bring back. In short, it is better to be prepared. Hearing Dan Yunzi's words, everyone present nodded in agreement. All right, you can all go now. Chapter 65. Yes, Senior Dan Yunzi. Then we will take our leave first. After that, all the elders left the room. Dan Yunzi also sat down and looked at the scene in front of him silently. No one knew what he was thinking. Lin Rei, who came out of the main hall, returned to the small courtyard where he lived. At this time, Lin Rei was very tired. Alas, now everything is ready. All that is left is to give those children the cultivation method. Lin Rei thought as he walked into Bing's room. At this time, Bing was sitting on the bed, thinking about something. What's wrong? What are you thinking about? When Lin Rei came in, he saw Bing sitting on the bed without saying anything. Moreover, her eyes were fixed in front of her. She didn't even hear him coming in. Ah, young master, you are back. Hearing Lin Rei's voice, Bing woke up and quickly stood up and walked towards Lin Rei. What are you thinking about? You are so focused that you didn't even notice that someone came in. Lin Rei hugged Bing's slender waist and walked towards the bed. Bing didn't feel any discomfort. Instead, a trace of shyness appeared on her face. No. Nothing. Really nothing. Looking at Bing's evasive eyes, Lin Rei knew that something must be wrong. It was just that Bing didn't want to say it. It's really nothing. Well, since there is nothing, I will sleep for a while. Call me if there is anything. After saying that, Lin Rei didn't care about Bing. Instead, he lay on the bed alone and closed his eyes. Bing obediently lay in Lin Rei's arms and fell asleep. In a pitch-black space, Lin Rei stood there and shouted towards the space above, "Little dragon, open the lottery system." Okay, host, please wait a moment. I will immediately transfer you to the lottery space. As soon as the system spirit finished speaking, the scene in front of Lin Rei changed. The originally pitch-black space turned into a white sky. Moreover, there was a large round jade pendant hanging in the sky. Moreover, there were many boxes on the jade pendant. This was the upgraded version of the lottery system. Little dragon, I want to draw a lottery. Okay, host, please wait a moment. Ding dong, the lottery system has been activated. Please wait. As soon as the little dragon finished speaking, the white jade wheel in the air spun rapidly. It didn't take long before it stopped and the needle pointed at a yellow box. Ding dong, congratulations to the host for obtaining a nascent soul pill. The nascent soul pill is used by cultivators at the peak of the golden core stage to break through to the nascent soul stage. It is a 6th grade pill created by a heaven grade upper stage alchemist. Currently, the nascent soul pill in the mysterious heavenly continent is refined by a 4th grade alchemist. Moreover, it is only a defective product and has no real effect. It is a middle grade earth grade pill. What? Nascent soul pill? Doesn't that mean that I can create a master at the nascent soul stage with a nascent soul stage? Hearing that it was a nascent soul pill, Lin Rei was excited for a while. However, he soon fell silent because Lin Rei didn't get what he wanted. Little dragon, draw. I don't believe that I can't get what I want today. Okay, host, please wait for a moment. The lottery system will be activated soon. Ding dong, congratulations to the host for obtaining a 10,000 sword. The 10,000 sword is a magic sword without a grade. It is made from a special material. It was once used by a great god in the Hongmeng era. This magic sword is still a defective product. If you want to collect it, you will need 3 more. After the collection period, it will become a Hongmeng Taoist weapon. What? A great god in the Hongmeng era? Damn, what is going on? Why did a great god in the Hongmeng era come out? Could it be that there is at least an era in the future? When Lin Rei heard the system's words, he was stunned at first. Then, he was surprised and in disbelief because he didn't expect that there would be an era before the future. Moreover, there was no record of it in history. Ding dong, host, please ask another question. This question is not something you can answer now. When you reach a certain level, the system will explain to you what you want to know and what you don't have the right to know now. Hearing the system's words, Lin Rei felt that this was a pit. A pit that he didn't know how deep and big it was. This pit made him feel afraid, but he had no choice but to enter this pit. I really don't know if it is good or bad to have you. After Lin Rei heard the little dragon's explanation, he thought about everything that had happened since his rebirth and was at a loss for a moment. Host, don't think so much. Since you have already boarded this pirate ship, why are you so obsessed with these things? Instead of being at a loss, it is better to look forward. Maybe in front of you is not the huge pit you spoke of, but a new path? Hearing the little dragon's words, Lin Rei smiled bitterly and said, "Ah, a bright path, little dragon, you must be joking with me. Why do I not feel that this is a bright path at all?" Host, you have to remember that you can't just look at the surface of things. You have to look at the results. If the results are good, then it means that this decision is also good. So, you have to be open-minded. Okay. Anyway, I can't win against you. You can say whatever you want. You will know in the end. Okay, then you will know in the future whether I am right or not. When the time comes, don't apologize to me. Even if you apologize, I will not forgive you. Hearing the little dragon's words, Lin Rei smiled. He didn't think that as the system's spirit, it would throw a little tantrum. Okay. You are right. Let's not talk about this topic. Let's hurry up and draw the lottery. I must draw a cultivation method today. This is related to my sect in the future. Hearing Lin Rei's words, the little dragon eased up a lot. Then, it said to Lin Rei, is a cultivation method something you can draw whenever you want? Let's not talk about this. Hurry up and draw the lottery. Use the last 2 chances. Draw 2 at once. Okay, please wait a moment. The lottery system will begin immediately. As soon as the system finished speaking, Linley saw the large jade turntable in the air begin to turn again. This time, Linley was clearly nervous. His eyes were fixed on the turntable in the air, not daring to leave it for even a moment. Slowly, after a short period of time, the turntable stopped, and the needle stopped at 2 grids. Ding dong, congratulations to the host for obtaining the 10,000 sword art. Heaven-level sword art. It is the most powerful heaven-level sword art. If cultivated to the extreme and the user's spirit energy is strong, they can transform into 10,000 faces to attack. Ding dong, congratulations to the host for obtaining the cloud art. Cloud art is an emperor-level cultivation method. It is a cultivation method that can control people's hearts. The person who cultivates this cultivation method can be unswervingly loyal to the person who gave it to him without a trace of suspicion. Haha, that's great. I didn't expect to draw such a good cultivation method. With this, I won't be afraid of them. When Lin Rei heard about the 10,000 sword art, his eyes lit up. He wasn't very interested. However, when he heard the system mention the second prize, Lin Rei was clearly excited. Humph, little dragon, I remember you said that the system wouldn't give out cultivation methods so casually. Then what is this now? Looking at the cloud art, Lin Rei thought about what the little dragon said and quickly mocked the little dragon. Humph, what's there to be happy about? I forgot to tell you that the cultivation method of this cloud art has a lot of requirements. What, there are requirements? Why didn't you say so earlier? Hearing the little dragon's words, Lin Rei was clearly stunned. He didn't expect the little dragon, as the spirit of the system, to interfere and hide the information of the lottery. Humph, because I want to see you anxious. What's wrong? If you're unhappy, bite me. You're ruthless. Hearing the little dragon's words, Lin Rei was speechless. He didn't expect the little dragon to be so infuriating. Alright, since you've seen it, I'll tell you. The so-called cloud art is an emperor-level cultivation method. However, its biggest flaw is that the person who cultivates it must have a high-grade spiritual root and heaven-defying comprehension. Otherwise, everything will be wasted. Therefore, this cultivation method can only be considered as an aid. It can't be used as a main cultivation method. Alright, I'll think of a way. I hope the person they bring back has a high-grade spiritual root. When I left, I forgot to tell him about the high-grade spiritual root. Thinking of this, Lin Rei instantly regretted. If he knew that such a cultivation method would appear, he would have told him even if he was beaten to death. Alright, don't think too much about it. You should take a look at your information. Your information has undergone a huge change. I believe that your cultivation speed won't be so fast in the future. After speaking, the little dragon didn't make any more sound. Lin Rei didn't know what to do at this time. Lin Rei's heart moved and he came to his information interface space. Looking at his information, Lin Rei was stunned. Name, Lin Rei. Age, 14. Cultivation, peak of enlightened experience, 9400010000000. Spiritual roots, thunder, fire, wood, 3. Chaos spiritual roots. Talent, peak cultivation method, chaos scripture, incomplete, devouring heavenly technique, growable, Hongmeng alchemy, entry cultivation method, cloud art, emperor level cultivation method, martial skills, butterfly steps, entry level, stellar finger, proficient, silent thunder spear art, high mystic level martial skill, now practice to entry level. Able to produce 3 lightning bolts, myriad sword art, heaven level, spiritual treasure, martial emperor godly spear, high spiritual chi, growable, myriad magic sword, gradeless, myriad beasts furnace equipment, cloud stepping boots, high spiritual weapon, purple cloud robe, high spiritual weapon, purple cloud inner armor, high spiritual weapon, mount, red flame tiger chi cultivation stage 9 lucky draw wheel, 0 champion lottery system. The champion lottery opportunity has been used up. This system has been permanently sealed. Reputation points, 0 exchange points, 0 spiritual stones, 0 mission, main mission, establish a sect within the next 5 years. If the mission is not completed or exceeds the time limit, the system will directly erase you. Side mission, within the next 5 years, he had to recruit 5 of the best disciples. Every disciple had to be top-notch. Within these 5 years, he had to help his disciples make a name for themselves in the mysterious heavenly mainland. If he couldn't complete the mission within 5 years, he would be killed by the system, just like the previous mission. Side mission, go to the Fengyan sect and kill 3rd Elder Wang Shen within the next year. If the mission is not completed or exceeds the time limit, the system will directly erase you. Side mission, take control of the entire upper echelon of the Danzong sect within a day and become the master of the Danzong sect. Medicinal pills, 30 body strengthening pills, 200 soul gathering pills, 50 foundation building pills, 11 mind control pills, 1 breakthrough pill, 1 nascent breakthrough pill. Chapter 66. Damn, it can't be. How could this be? Why did my experience points increase so much? At this time, Lin Rei looked at his experience points and was so scared that he couldn't speak. His whole body froze on the spot, and his eyes showed an expression of disbelief. The little dragon saw Lin Rei's situation and laughed. Hee hee, you're scared by such a small amount of experience points. If you reach the golden core stage, then won't you directly faint? Hearing the little dragon laughing at him, Lin Rei quickly pulled himself together and asked the little dragon, Little dragon, is there no rule for this experience point increase? Yes, there is, but this is classified as confidential. With your current authority, you are not qualified to know. However, the only information I can provide you is that after you break through to the golden core stage, the experience points will increase by 10 times. When that time comes, you have to be prepared. What, 10 times? Hearing the little dragon's words, Lin Rei's whole body became unwell. Originally, he thought that some of the previous cultivation speed would allow him to quickly cultivate to the level where he could go home, but now, all of his dreams had turned into bubbles. In addition, he had to complete the system's mission. Thinking of this, Lin Rei's whole body became dispirited, and his body emitted an aura of despair. Hey, Lin Rei, I haven't finished yet. Is there a need for you to act like this? Seeing Lin Rei's appearance, the little dragon became angry for a moment, and then roared at Lin Rei. What? After hearing the little dragon's roar, Lin Rei looked at the system's sky with a confused expression. Although the experience points will increase a lot, there will also be many double experience cards randomly appearing. However, these double experience cards are not given to you for free. You have to exchange for them with exchange points and reputation points. With the double experience cards, you can quickly improve your strength, and for the system's mission in 5 years, it should not be a problem. When Lin Rei heard about the double EXP card, the confusion in his eyes disappeared and was replaced by a pair of eyes full of hope and determination. Yes, I know. It's my fault this time. I won't do it again. Thinking about what happened just now, Lin Rei couldn't help but break out in cold sweat. For a moment, Lin Rei's entire body was soaked in cold sweat. If he took off his clothes and wrung them, he estimated that a lot of water would come out. Well, I won't charge you this time, but you won't be so lucky next time. So, good luck. After saying that, the little dragon disappeared without a trace. Lin Li stood there in a daze for a moment before exiting the system space and returning to the real world. When he returned to the real world, Lin Li felt a head resting on his arm. He didn't even need to think to know who it was. Slowly, Lin Rei opened his eyes and looked at Bing, who was resting on his arm. Lin Rei slowly pulled his arm out, trying not to wake Bing up. At this time, Bing made a sound. Lin Rei didn't know what to do for a while. Lin Rei discovered that Bing wasn't awake, but was still asleep. Lin Rei let out a long breath, then slowly sat up from the bed. He went out of the door and thought of Wan Yu, who had been separated for a few days. Along the way, Lin Rei met a lot of people, but Lin Rei didn't have the chance to meet them. Instead, he sped up and walked towards Wan Yu's courtyard. At this time, Wan Yu was sitting in the room, desperately cultivating. In front of her were many bottles of pills, but the bottles were empty. At this time, Wan Yu's aura was soaring, and Wan Yu's face was also showing an expression of facing death with equanimity. Soon, I will reach the foundation establishment stage. As long as I reach the foundation establishment stage, Master will treat me better. Wan Yu had been working very hard, but after counseling the Grand Master of Pills, Linley hadn't come to see her again. Thus, Wan Yu attributed this to herself. She felt that she was too weak, which was why Linley hadn't come to see her. Thus, Wan Yu took out all of the pills Linley had given her and swallowed them all at once. Soon, just a little bit more. Just when Wan Yu touched the barrier of the foundation establishment stage, at this time, Wan Yu, who had used up all her energy, suddenly felt a terrifying aura appear in her dantian. This was a voice that Wan Yu wanted to hear the most. Guard your beer, make yourself as ethereal as possible, operate your cultivation method, and then refine the aura that I pass to you. Try to rush to the foundation establishment stage in one go. Hearing Lin Rei's instructions, Wan Yu immediately used 120% of her energy to operate her cultivation method and refine the aura that Lin Rei passed to her. The originally overbearing aura became docile after being refined by Wan Yu, and it no longer had the original overbearing aura. Yes, now is the time. Break through the barrier of the foundation establishment stage that you have already felt. At this time, Lin Rei felt that the aura he passed to her was completely cut off, so he instructed Wan Yu. Hearing Linley's words, Wan Yu unconsciously nodded. She then gathered all of the spiritual energy in her dantian and directed it towards the barrier of the foundation establishment stage. Her previously docile spiritual energy suddenly became ferocious, as though it was a dormant demonic beast. Boom! The fierce aura followed the path of Wan Yu's cultivation method and rushed towards the barrier of the foundation establishment stage. Pooh! The result was not very obvious, but it was already very good. At the very least, after the first collision, the barrier had clearly loosened. Wan Yu spat out a mouthful of blood after the collision, and her face paled a bit. However, there was no trace of cowering in her eyes. Instead, she became more and more determined. Wan Yu, calm down, don't panic. Gather all your aura back into your dantian and store it there. Then, after one cycle, attack the barrier again. Lin Rei told Wan Yu all his experience of breaking through to the foundation establishment stage, and then asked Wan Yu what to do. Not long after, Wan Yu completed a full cycle of spiritual energy. Following Linley's instructions, she once again gathered all of her spiritual energy and charged towards the barrier. Pooh! There was the sound of Wan Yu vomiting blood again. This time, Wan Yu's face was clearly paler than last time, but there was no trace of decadence in her eyes. Instead, the more she was defeated, the more courageous she became. After knowing this method, Wan Yu repeated it several times, but each time she ended up vomiting blood. Lin Rei really could not watch anymore and quickly stopped her. Wan Yu, let's just forget about it. In any case, if you miss this time, there will be a next time. There is no need to use your life as a stake. You will damage your foundation. No, I must break through to the foundation establishment stage today. I have confidence, I have this feeling, I will definitely be able to break through to the foundation establishment stage today. Saying this, Wan Yu did not listen to Lin Rei's advice. Instead, she once again made a large cycle, and then gathered all her aura to once again embark on her journey. This time, Wan Yu's eyes revealed an expression of succeed or die trying. Lin Rei knew he could not stop her, so he could only silently protect Wan Yu from the side. He saw Wan Yu's aura stop in front of the foundation establishment stage's barrier. It seemed to be at the weakest point of the barrier. Oh, it's here. This time, I must break through to the foundation establishment stage. At this time, Wan Yu's eyes fell on the weakest point of the barrier and smiled. Then she gathered all her aura and rushed towards that point. Break for me. A shocking roar came out of Wan Yu's mouth, and then Wan Yu's body began to tremble. Gotcha! Wan Yu laughed. Linley, who was beside her, also noticed the change in Wan Yu's aura. So, he hurriedly walked over and hugged Wan Yu, who had already collapsed on the ground. He took out a healing pill that he had prepared and stuffed it into Wan Yu's mouth. Humph, with this lesson, let's see if you dare to do it again. Do you know how dangerous it is this time? A little carelessness will ruin your life. Do you know? You are Master's first disciple. Master doesn't want to collect your corpse. Although Lin Rei said this, the deep concern and heartache in his eyes were undisguised. Cough, 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 Moss. Master, this is my fault. I won't dare to do it again. Looking at her master's eyes, Wan Yu instantly became terrified. She no longer had the domineering expression she had when she broke through the barrier to the Foundation establishment stage. Humph, you still remember that I am your master. Then why didn't you stop when I told you to? Do you know that Master only has one disciple? I don't want you to hurt yourself for the sake of cultivation. Do you understand? Looking at Wan Yu's pale face, Lin Rei's voice couldn't help but tremble. If it wasn't for Lin Rei's firm words, she probably wouldn't have been able to control herself and would have cried. Master, I was wrong. Please forgive me this time. Really, I won't dare to do it again. Also, I will definitely listen to Master's words in the future. I won't dare to disobey Master's orders anymore. Wan Yu, with a pale face, was begging Lin Rei, who was pretending to be serious, in a coquettish manner. Just this time. There won't be a next time. If there is a next time, then I won't recognize you as my disciple anymore. Saying this, Lin Rei carried Wan Yu to the bedside and gently put her on the bed. Then he said, this time I came to tell you that I am going into seclusion. Ah, Master, you are going into seclusion? Wan Yu, who was put on the bed by Lin Rei, was shocked when she heard the news from Lin Rei. Then she felt relieved. Thinking about it, it made sense. Then Master, you go into seclusion. I will let Uncle Xiao Tian take care of me. When I am well, I will work hard to cultivate. Otherwise, when I go out, I don't want to lose face for Master. Humph, you still want to cultivate. The most important thing for you now is to properly recuperate. Before I come out, I will tell Xiao Tian to not let you cultivate. Hearing her master's words, Wan Yu didn't know what to say for a while. Ding dong, congratulations to the host. Your disciple has advanced to the Foundation establishment stage and the host has completed 1 point of the 5-year mission. Therefore, the host is hereby rewarded with 20 nascent breaking pills and 20,000 experience. The sudden sound of the system prompt made Lin Rei's heart excited, but there was no expression on his face. Well, this matter ends here. I won't say anything more. I don't want there to be a next time. During this time, you should have a good rest. Saying this, Lin Rei didn't wait for Wan Yu to speak and directly walked out. Lin Rei, who came out, also walked towards Lin Tian's residence. Chapter 67. Right now, Wan Yu was standing by the window, watching as Lin Li's figure gradually disappeared into the distance. Her eyes were filled with determination, as though she had made a decision. Not long after Lin Li's figure disappeared, Wan Yu turned and sat down on her bed, cross-legged, and began to train. If Lin Li was here, he would definitely be angered to death. Lin Tian lived not far from Wan Yu, so Lin Rei didn't walk for long before arriving at the door of Lin Tian's room. At first glance, he saw Lin Tian sitting under a big tree in the courtyard cultivating. Yes. Just as Lin Rei's foot stepped into the courtyard, Lin Tian felt someone come in, but he wasn't sure who it was. The moment Lin Rei came in, he became vigilant. I really didn't expect, little Tian, your cultivation to progress so quickly. We haven't seen each other for a few days, and you've already broken through to the Foundation establishment stage. It's really incredible. For Lin Rei, who was at the peak of the enlightened realm, Lin Tian's actions in the courtyard had long been exposed to Lin Rei's divine sense. Although he already knew about Lin Tian's actions, Lin Rei was still very satisfied with his actions. Ah, it's young master. This subordinate really deserves to die, to be so vigilant against young master. Please punish me, or else this subordinate will feel guilty. Hearing Lin Tian's words, Lin Rei's whole person was not good, so he said to Lin Tian with a straight face, I say, little Tian, didn't I say earlier? Although the two of us are master and servant in name, we've been playmates since childhood. It has long surpassed the meaning of master and servant, and has become a brotherly relationship. So, in the future, there's no need to say that this subordinate deserves to die. But young master, when madam was still alive, she had already said that she wanted me to be your servant for the rest of my life, so, after hearing Lin Tian's words, Lin Rei felt a headache coming on. He really didn't expect that Lin Rei would bring up his dead mother. Well, I don't care about that. Whether it was madam who said it or not, I only have one thing to say. I don't want to hear those words again. If it happens again, then don't blame me for being rude. Alright, let's not talk about this anymore. I came here to warn you about some things because I will be going into seclusion in 2 days. So. Before Lin Rei could finish speaking, Lin Tian rushed to answer, young master, feel free to instruct me. As long as it is something young master instructs, this subordinate will definitely complete it very well. Forget it, you can call me whatever you want. Lin Rei heard Lin Tian calling him as usual, so he sighed. His eyes flashed with a brainless look, and then he felt relieved. Lin Tian, I will be going into seclusion for the next period of time. I don't know how long it will be, but during this period of time, take care of Wan Yu. She was disobedient just now and wanted to break through to the foundation establishment stage. Fortunately, I was there, otherwise, it would have been terrible. But even so, Wan Yu suffered a serious injury, so during this period of time, you must watch over Wan Yu. Don't let her cultivate during this period of time, consolidate her cultivation first, and wait for me to come out before making a decision. Hearing his young master's words, Lin Tian became nervous. Especially when he heard that Wan Yu was injured, Lin Tian became even more nervous. Although he didn't know Wan Yu for a long time, Lin Tian had long regarded Wan Yu as his own family. Young master, don't worry. During this period of time when you are in seclusion, I will definitely supervise Wan Yu and will definitely not let Wan Yu cultivate. Hearing Lin Tian's words, Lin Rei showed a satisfied expression. He praised Lin Tian, and, not bad, this is exactly what I want. After this matter is done, I will definitely reward you. Well, since it's like this, I will go first. Yes, young master. Farewell, young master. Lin Rei didn't say anything and directly walked out, walking towards the Danzong Sect's Great Hall. Lin Tian, who was standing in the same place, saw Lin Rei's back disappear. Lin Tian anxiously walked towards Wan Yu's residence. Soon, Lin Tian arrived in front of Wan Yu's door with an anxious face and shouted, little you, how are you? Are you okay? I heard from young master that you were injured because of a breakthrough. Quickly come out and let me have a look. Wan Yu, who was in the room, heard Lin Tian's shout and quickly woke up from her cultivation. She quickly got out of bed, opened the door and walked out. Uncle Xiao Tian, quickly come in and sit. I will make you a cup of tea. Let's sit for a while. Wan Yu walked out and looked at Lin Tian with a flattering expression. Moreover, her tone was very gentle. This was completely different from the usual Wan Yu. It was as if she had changed into another person. This. Little you, if you have something to say, just say it. You don't have to be so eccentric. I am not used to hearing it. Uncle Xiao Tian, master must have told you about my matter. I believe master also told you to watch over me and not let me cultivate when he is in seclusion. Hearing Wan Yu's words, Lin Tian also knew what Wan Yu wanted. However, was this possible? This, little you also know that this is young master's decision. As young master's servant, I do not have this right. Therefore, little you, please do not make things difficult for me. Lin Tian looked at Wan Yu with an awkward expression, hoping that she would let him go. Ah. Uncle Xiao Tian, don't be like this. I'll just cultivate once in a while, and I guarantee that young master won't find out, okay? Wan Yu saw that Uncle Xiao Tian did not fall for her gentle trick. Therefore, she changed to a corny trick, hoping to gain time to cultivate. Sigh, little you, don't waste your time here. It's impossible for me to make you waterproof. The reason I came here is to check on your injuries. However, young master told me that you can't cultivate because of your injuries, but you can consolidate your cultivation base. So, in a sense, little you can still cultivate. Hearing Lin Tian's words, Wan Yu, who originally did not have any hope, suddenly had a glimmer of light in her eyes. It was as if there was a chance. Hee, I know Uncle Xiao Tian is the best. Then it is settled. Wan Yu was very happy. She did not pay attention to Lin Tian and walked to her room alone. Heh. Seeing that scene, Lin Tian smiled. A helpless smile was on his face, and he had an expression of not knowing what to do with Wan Yu. Ah, forget it. I should also go. I should hurry up and cultivate. Lin Rei did not stand there for long. He left Wan Yu's courtyard and returned to his own courtyard. At this time, Lin Rei arrived at the Danzong Sect's conference hall. The scene inside was the same as the previous 2 times. Everyone was there, including the 2 grand elders. Biyao, Baiyun, Dan Yunzi, Tian Chizi and the others pay respects to young master. The moment they saw Lin Rei, everyone in the hall knelt on the ground and kowtowed to Lin Rei. Seeing this scene, Lin Rei did not know what to say for a while. In terms of cultivation, their cultivation was higher than Lin Rei's. However, the scene now was not something that ordinary people could imagine. Everyone, get up. In the future, it is good to avoid this kind of conventional etiquette. I can't stand it the most. Lin Rei said helplessly. However, the people who heard him did not get up. They still knelt on the ground and said respectfully to Lin Rei. Young master, these etiquettes cannot be avoided. These are the most basic etiquettes of the lower class to the higher class, so, okay, I said to avoid it. Lin Rei was really impatient. He really did not know how these old men lived until now. They were all so old-fashioned. Everyone, get up. You can do whatever you want in the future. I don't care. In the end, Lin Rei could not dissuade the old men who were kneeling in front of him. He spread out his hands and helplessly sat down on the chair. Yes. Hearing Lin Rei's words, everyone stood up and then stood there respectfully. No one said a word. In the end, Lin Rei could not stand this overly quiet scene and took the lead to speak. Okay, I came here today to tell you that I am going into seclusion. So, I want you to bring me to the place where I will be in seclusion. As for how long I will be in seclusion, I don't know. If there is anything, do as I said before. Go to my courtyard and find Bing. He will inform me. Lin Rei said. He stood up and came to Baiyu's side. Then, he looked at him. Elder Biyao, you will be in seclusion with me later. I will need your help when I am in seclusion. Okay, I will follow young master's instructions. Hearing Lin Rei's instructions, Biyao did not refute. Instead, he readily agreed. Well, in that case, let's go. As he spoke, he took a step out of the palace, while Biyao and the other elders followed behind him in a very respectful manner. Oh, right, I was just thinking about leaving. I still don't know where the seclusion place is. Suddenly, Lin Rei, who was walking in front, turned around and asked the group of people behind him. Well, young master, please follow me. At this time, Dan Yunzi heard Lin Rei's words and quickly walked out. Then, he led Lin Rei to the seclusion place. Along the way, Lin Rei asked a lot of questions. Most of them were about some important matters of seclusion and some knowledge of pharmacology. Biyao, who was next to Lin Rei, could be said to know everything. No matter what Lin Rei asked, Biyao could answer perfectly. Although in Lin Rei's view, this was a very simple question in the eyes of other high-level alchemists. Young master, in front is the place where you will be in seclusion. This is originally a forbidden area of the sect. However, as the sect master of Danzong sect, you can enter. Hearing Dan Yunzi's words, Lin Rei looked in the direction Dan Yunzi pointed. He saw a quaint door standing in front of him. Is this the seclusion place? Chapter 68. Yes, young master, this is where you will be in seclusion from now on. There is also a spirit gathering formation inscribed by a heaven-grade array master. Cultivating here for 1 day is equivalent to cultivating outside for 10 days. Listening to Dan Yunzi's explanation, Lin Rei heard the name of an array master. However, he was only interested for a moment. He didn't intend to dig deeper, so he didn't pay much attention to it. Alright, White Feather can follow me in. The rest of you can stay outside. If there is nothing urgent, don't come to the Danzong sect. After instructing the elders and Dan Yunzi, he took Biyao to the cave where she wanted to go into seclusion. When Dan Yunzi and the others heard Lin Rei's words, they turned around and went back to their own places. After entering the cave, Lin Rei looked at the place where he was about to go into seclusion. His heart was inexplicably excited. Perhaps it was because it was his first time going into seclusion, or perhaps it was because he was finally 1 step closer to being able to refine pills and awaken Honglian. Biyao, what are we going to do next? Can we start now? I can't wait anymore. Looking at the things he had prepared, Linley's entire body began to tremble with excitement. Young master, now is not the time to start refining pills. Let's start with the first part. Hearing Biyao's words, Lin Rei was stunned. Puzzled, he asked, the first part? What is the first part? Seeing the puzzled look on Linley's face, Biyao hurriedly explained, the first part is about the types of antidotes, the names of the antidotes, and their medicinal properties. Oh. So it's like this. Then let's start. Looking at Lin Rei's expression, Biyao didn't know why his young master was so eager to learn alchemy. But this wasn't important. What was important was that he had to listen to Lin Rei's words. Biyao pulled out a thick book from his storage ring, then handed it over to Linley as he spoke. Young master, this is the treasure book of our sect. There are medicinal herbs that are unknown to the outside world in it. It was recorded by the first patriarch of the Danzong sect after he retired from his position and traveled around the mysterious heavenly continent. Take it and memorize it first. Then, take a look at the medicinal theory in it. After you've mastered it, I'll give you some questions about medicinal theory. If you can answer half of these questions, you'll pass and we'll move on to the second part. Lin Rei took the book that Biyao handed over and was dumbfounded for a moment. He didn't expect that he would have to memorize books before refining pills. White Feather, do I really have to memorize it? Can you change to another one? This is too much. Looking at the book in his hand, Lin Rei really didn't want to. At this moment, he felt as if he had returned to the 21st century where he had to memorize books and take exams every day. Young master, if you want to become a good alchemist, you have to understand the medicinal theory of all medicinal herbs. The book in your hand is only a small part of it. In the future, you have to rely on yourself. This isn't something that can be summarized with a book. Lin Rei listened to Biyao's earnest persuasion. Lin Rei's face fell instantly. All right. Biyao, stop talking. I'll memorize it right now. Once I've memorized it, young master, there's a time limit for memorizing. I'll only give you 3 days. In these 3 days, you have to understand their names and their medicinal properties. After 3 days, I'll start asking questions. Before Lin Rei could finish his sentence, Biyao interrupted him. The worst thing was that there was a time limit for memorizing the books. Wasn't this playing the rhythm of his death? All right, Alright. I'll finish memorizing it for you in 3 days. You'll have a whole new level of respect for me. Hearing Biyau's words, Lin Rei didn't refute. Instead, he patted his chest and promised Biyao. Alright, since that's the case, young master, you can start now. I'll buy the book by the side. If there's anything I don't understand, you can wake me up at any time. After saying that, White Feather went back into the stone room. Linley took a book and sat down on a chair. Then, he began to seriously read the book on medicinal ingredients that White Feather gave him. Time passed very quickly. In the blink of an eye, the chatting had passed. Lin Rei hadn't closed his eyes for the past 2 days. Every time he closed his eyes and wanted to sleep, he would mercilessly slap himself in the face to wake himself up. This action made Lin Rei recall the scene of the final exam in his senior year of high school. While he was distracted, he couldn't help but recall. Hey, stupid host. Hurry up and wake up. It's already been 2 days. Tomorrow will be the time for Biyao to ask questions. An incomparably annoying voice woke Lin Rei up from his memories. Humph, damn little dragon. Can't you let me rest for a while? I was just feeling a little happy. Now that you've called me, it's all gone. Linley had a sour expression on his face as he spoke to Xiaolong in dissatisfaction. His entire body was emitting an aura that made others feel that he was very unhappy. Humph, I'm here to help you, okay? I didn't expect to be scolded by you. Good people don't have good karma. I don't care about you. The seemingly angry little dragon disappeared without a trace in a flash. Lin Rei was also stunned. What? What did you say? Little dragon, come out. For a moment, no matter how shameless Lin Rei was, it was useless. The little dragon refused to come out. This time, Lin Rei really didn't know what to do. Sigh, I better hurry up and memorize it. It's already been 2 days and I've only memorized a little. Really, as he spoke, Lin Rei forgot what the little dragon said. Lin Rei also activated his memorization mode. Hee, you're in a hurry. When night comes, I'll tell you how to quickly get a chance to read that worthless pharmacopoeia. At this time, the disappeared little dragon was hiding in a place where Lin Rei couldn't see. It silently stared at Lin Rei. Its eyes were saying, I'm not telling you. Let's see what you can do about it. If Lin Rei saw it, he would definitely scold it. Fire Ganoderma, a spirit medicine that grows on warm cliffs. Some of the herbs that can restore vitality won't have much effect if eaten directly. However, if it is combined with other spirit medicines to concoct the extreme yang pill, then it will be the real benefit of the medicine. Medicinal properties, strong, fire attribute. It cannot be mixed with spirit medicines of the water attribute. Extreme yang grass, a spirit medicine that grows in warm areas. Its main medicinal properties are to remove cold poison. It is one of the essential ingredients for the extreme yang pill. Medicinal properties, strong, fire attribute. The clear spirit fruit is a kind of. Lin Rei sat there and memorized every word. He didn't dare to miss a single word. Just like that, a day passed. Lin Rei only stopped when it was night time. Sigh, this time I'm really talking big. I know I don't have the ability, but I still have to show off. The evils I bring on myself are the hardest to bear. Lin Rei's eyes glazed over. Thinking about the promise he made 2 days ago, his face couldn't help but reveal a bitter smile. Hee, you don't know what to do, right? You don't know how to fulfill the promise you made a few days ago, right? Just when Lin Rei didn't know what to do, a mocking voice sounded in Lin Rei's mind. Lin Rei's body trembled. He quickly looked up into the sky and saw a shining child standing in the air looking at him. The child's face was full of mockery. Little dragon? Looking at the child in the air, Lin Rei didn't dare to recognize it for a moment. If it weren't for that annoying voice, Lin Rei wouldn't have believed that the child in front of him was the system spirit, the little dragon. How is it? Are you shocked by this young master's great body? But it's no wonder. With your small body, how could you, ha ha ha. Before he could finish speaking, Xiaolong heard a burst of loud laughter. Instantly, his temper flared, and he pointed at Linli and cursed loudly. You, what are you laughing at? What's so funny? Why, is it so funny to see this young master like this? I'm sorry, I really didn't mean it. If you want to blame someone, blame yourself. Little brat, you don't even know how to wear something when you come out. You're really shameless. Looking at the little dragon's appearance, Lin Rei couldn't help but tell it about the little dragon's current situation. What, you dare to call this young master a little brat? Are you crazy? Hearing Lin Rei's words, the little dragon was flustered and exasperated. It rushed up and wanted to tear apart Lin Rei, who was talking. That's how it is. Why don't you take a look at yourself? It's fine if you're small, but you should at least wear some clothes. You're seducing me in broad daylight. I'll be embarrassed. After saying that, Lin Rei couldn't help but reveal an embarrassed expression. When the little dragon saw that, it had goosebumps all over its body, although it didn't. I'm not going to quarrel with you. This time, I'm here to tell you how to memorize that trashy grimoire. The little dragon straightened its body and looked at Lin Rei with a serious face. And Lin Rei didn't do the same. When he heard the little dragon's words and expression, Lin Rei became cautious. He looked at the little dragon suspiciously and didn't say anything. No one knew what he was thinking. You would be so kind. Why don't I want to believe it? It's not that Lin Rei didn't want to believe it, but the little dragon had dug too many holes for him, causing him to be suspicious now. Do you think I want to? I just want you to level up quickly. Originally, I had good intentions, but now it seems that I was worried for nothing. That's all, goodbye. Wait. After saying that, the little dragon who was about to turn around and disappear was contacted by Lin Rei. And at this time, the little dragon's eyes flashed with a hint of complacency. What's wrong? That, little dragon, do you really have a way for me to memorize these herbs quickly? Lin Rei looked at the little dragon who had deceived him countless times. Originally, he didn't want to believe it, but there was no other way. Actually you also have this thing. It's just that you didn't look at it. Hearing the little dragon's words, Lin Rei asked puzzledly, What, I have it on me? How is that possible? If I have it on me, how can I not know? Would I lie to you? Hearing the little dragon's words, Lin Rei couldn't help but nod his head. But when he realized that something was wrong, he quickly shook his head. You can't have forgotten, right? Don't you have a beginner-level alchemy skill book? You just have to learn it and you will be able to memorize it. Hearing the little dragon's words, Lin Rei's eyes lit up. Only now did he remember the thing that the little dragon was talking about. So it was the incomplete skill book. Chapter 69. But, little dragon, the Hongmeng pill concoction method you mentioned is only at the entry level. Can it really work? If I practice it, I won't go crazy. Lin Rei knew about that cultivation method, but when he arrived, he already knew about the Hongmeng pill concoction method. He only had the entry-level chapter, and there was no other chapter. If he practiced it, what would he do if something went wrong? If this young master wants you to practice, then practice. Why are you talking so much nonsense? No matter what, I'm still a little older than you. No matter what, I won't use such despicable means to harm you. Hearing Lin Rei's question, the little dragon's face didn't turn red and his heart didn't skip a beat. Seeing this scene, Lin Rei immediately felt relieved. Okay. Then I'll practice first. If something goes wrong, I'll find you to settle the score. Saying this, his mind moved and he entered the system space. Looking at the Hongmeng pill concoction method in his inventory, his eyes became firm and he finally made up his mind. Ding dong, does the host really want to learn the entry-level chapter of the Hongmeng pill concoction method? This was a synthesized electronic voice. Lin Rei didn't need to think to know that this was the system's voice. I'll learn it now. Lin Rei nodded without hesitation and agreed. He saw a light shoot into the sky. When it reached a certain degree, the light exploded. When everything returned to normal, he saw a figure in the sky. He had sword-like eyebrows and starry eyes. He was tall and straight, wearing a purple and gold robe. He looked very noble and was very young. His whole body exuded a strong, domineering and majestic aura. Bystanders couldn't help but want to kneel down and submit. I don't know who Senior is and why you're here. Seeing that figure, Lin Rei couldn't help but be vigilant. He almost said something offensive, but fortunately, he immediately changed his words. Not bad, not bad. After listening for a long time, the human in the sky only said these few words. For a moment, Lin Rei was stunned. Senior, why are you in this space? Lin Rei saw that the figure didn't say anything, so he asked again. This time, Lin Rei's voice was clearly much gentler and less vigilant than before. Hee, little doll, you don't need to be nervous. I'm here because of you. What, because of me? Hearing this, Lin Rei was even more confused. His eyes were confused. He didn't know what was going on. Ha, you don't need to be nervous. I'm the one who created the Hongmeng alchemy method. But because the Hongmeng era has passed, and people with strength like ours are not allowed to exist in this era, so in that era, the master of Hongmeng put us away to prevent accidents. I was afraid that I wouldn't have a true inheritance, so I turned myself into the Hongmeng alchemy method and hid here, which is the space we're in now. But when I just entered this space, a voice told me to seal me first. When I find a person with good aptitude in the future, I'll be able to see the light of day again. So now you see me. At this time, Lin Rei was already in a daze. His eyes were full of shock and his mouth was so wide open that a big goose egg could be stuffed into it. A long time after the figure finished speaking, Lin Rei came back to his senses, but he was still very surprised. He couldn't believe that the figure in front of him was actually someone from the Hongmeng era, although he didn't know how long the Hongmeng era was. Say. Senior, Junior. Lin Rei greets Senior. Junior didn't know that the Hongmeng alchemy method was because Senior wanted to find a successor, so he secretly, after saying that, Lin Rei said with an embarrassed face, and the figure looked at Lin Rei with a face full of sincerity. The gaze of a man in his eyes was undisguised. Hee, Lin Rei, you don't have to be like this. I said that as long as it's someone chosen by this space, then he's my disciple, so you don't have to apologize. Hearing the figure's words, Lin Li immediately grew excited, his eyes filled with excitement. Really? Senior, thank you very much. Ha. Hearing Lin Rei's words, the figure didn't say anything. Instead, he looked up to the sky and laughed very happily. Good boy, from today on, you, Lin Rei, will be this sovereign's only disciple. Master will pass on all of his skills to you. Hearing this, Lin Rei quickly knelt on the ground and said excitedly, Yes, Master, please accept disciple Lin Rei as a disciple's disciple. Lin Rei didn't know that the moment the figure appeared, the myriad worlds were in turmoil. The faces of all the higher-ups were filled with fear, and they couldn't hide the fear in their eyes at all. Even the high and mighty Grand Dao felt fear. He quickly used his Grand Dao eye to check the myriad worlds, wanting to find the thing that was threatening him. This little thing wants to find this sovereign's Dao shadow? What a fool's dream. At this moment, the figure looked up at the sky and said something that Lin Rei didn't understand. His eyes were ice cold, and he said something that Lin Rei didn't understand. Alright, get up first. Master will teach you the Hongmeng pill concoction method. The rest of the path will depend on you. Master doesn't have much time left, so you have to use the Hongmeng pill concoction method to cultivate well. Master will wait for the day when you can condense Master's Tao soul again. As he spoke, some golden words flew out of the figure's mouth. Heaven and earth are heartless and treat all things as straw dogs. Only by defying the heavens can one live forever. All things are reincarnated by heaven and earth. Fire is an anomaly of heaven and earth. It condenses the essence of heaven and earth to refine the myriad treasures pill. One character after another flew into Linley's mind as though they had legs of their own. Linley clearly didn't recognize these characters, but as soon as they entered his mind, Linley immediately understood the meaning of these characters. A section of the Hongmeng pill concoction method with over 1,000 words flew into Lin Rei's mind. Alright, now that I've taught you the technique, I'll leave the rest to you. It's time for my Tao soul to disperse. You have to cultivate quickly. If you don't get a fragment of my technique, you'll see my figure. When you see the last fragment, you'll know where I am. Remember, don't come looking for me until you reach the origin realm. The voice became softer and softer, and the figure also disappeared. At this time, Lin Rei was left alone in the space. He stared blankly at the place where the figure disappeared in the air. Tears flowed out of his eyes. Moss. Master, don't worry. I will definitely get you out of there. Lin Rei's tone was very firm. He stared at the place where the figure disappeared for a long time before giving up. Oh, you're touched. Don't you know how to thank me for telling you about such a rare opportunity? You have to know that the old ghost is the most capable one. When it comes to alchemy, no one in this world can compare to him. Right at this moment, a despicable voice rang out. Linley's brows furrowed, and he looked as though he wanted to go up and talk to the person who had spoken. I should thank you properly. If you knew there was such a method, why didn't you give it to me 2 days ago? I have to cultivate now. Hearing Lin Rei's words, the little dragon was unwilling and said unhappily, didn't I tell you? You didn't need me to tell you a few days ago. With that, the little dragon disappeared in front of Lin Rei in a flash. Lin Rei was speechless when he saw this scene. AI, hurry up and cultivate. Otherwise, tomorrow's exam will be late. With that, Lin Rei sat down cross-legged. His hands formed a strange seal. His mouth kept muttering something. For a time, the spirit of the entire space condensed around Lin Rei. Time passed quickly. I don't know how much time has passed. Lin Rei woke up with a smile on his face. Lin Rei, who cultivated the cultivation method, noticed that the names and pharmacology of the medicinal pills he had memorized in the past 2 days had all emerged. Moreover, Lin Rei felt that he would never forget these things in the future. For a time, he was very excited. I don't know what time it is now. It's time to go out and take a look. If Biyao comes over and sees me like that. At this point, Linley's entire body quivered, and he hurriedly willed his soul to return to the real world. Lin Rei, who came out, suddenly felt that his body was very uncomfortable. It was as if he had been attacked by many people. The pain was not easy. However, looking at the dark surroundings and no one's shadow, he did not think about it. From the storage ring, he took out the luminous pearl that Ecliptic Tao Master used to collect. The moment he took it out, the entire cave lit up. It was no different from the daytime. Now there is still some time. Take advantage of this moment, I will memorize it. As he spoke, Linley took out White Feather's pharmacopoeia and began to memorize it. This time, Linley didn't have as much trouble memorizing it as before. After memorizing the first page, Linley turned his head and thought about it. Everything he had read seemed to have been engraved into his mind, and he could see it clearly. Time passed quickly. It felt like only 10 minutes had passed. At dawn, there was a knock on the door. Young master, 3 days have passed. Shouldn't we ask you about the things you learned in the first lesson? When Biyao came to Lin Rei's door, she was discovered by Lin Rei. Hearing Bayo's voice, Lin Rei stood up and shook his dizzy legs. After that, he walked to the door and opened it for Biyao. "Good morning, young master." Seeing the door open, Biyao hurriedly bowed towards Linley, then greeted him. Come in. Today is the third day. I didn't expect Biyao to be so punctual." When Lin Rei saw Biyao, he nodded with satisfaction. His eyes were full of appreciation. Chapter 70. Alright, since it's time, hurry up and ask your questions. After saying that, Linley sat back down on the rock he had been sitting on for a long time and spoke to White Feather in a serious tone. "Alright, since you're ready, young master, let's begin." As he spoke, White Feather took out 2 pieces of paper from his storage ring and placed them in front of Linley. "Young master, this is the pharmacology knowledge that your subordinate has summarized in the past 3 days. It's not different from the book that I gave you. As long as you memorize the book, it won't be a problem for you to answer these questions." Biyao introduced the contents of the paper to Lin Rei and stood there, waiting for Lin Rei's answer. "Alright, you do it too. Otherwise, it'll feel weird for you to be standing beside me." "Yes, young master." A strange look flashed across Biyao's eyes when he heard Lin Rei's words. Then, he walked to the side and sat down. "Hee, you want to stump me with just these questions?" Lin Rei was amused when he saw the pharmacology of the herbs written on the paper that Biyao handed over. If it was last night, Lin Rei might not have remembered. However, ever since he started practicing the Hongmeng alchemy method, he would never forget anything related to herbs or pills as long as Lin Rei read it. Linley picked up a nearby pen and began to write. This scene was completely witnessed by White Feather. For a moment, White Feather was stunned. Her eyes were filled with disbelief. She hurriedly stood up and went behind Linley to take a look. How is this possible? How can young master answer these questions in such a short time? This is impossible." When he saw Linley's answers, White Feather was shocked. He didn't want to believe it, and he didn't dare to believe it. These were things that he could only learn in his lifetime. But now, this young man in front of him had memorized them in 3 days, and he could use them so skillfully. How could White Feather not be shocked? In just a few minutes, Linley had filled up all of White Feather's inscriptions. There wasn't a single blank spot. "Biyao, I'm done. Take a look and see if it's correct." Lin Rei knew that Biyao was standing behind him after he finished writing the questions, so he turned his head and smiled at Biyao. Okay." Linley's voice roused the stunned White Feather from his stupor. He hurriedly took the paper from Linley, and then looked at it. All of the answers appeared in his eyes. These answers were like giant hammers of time, hammering down on White Feather's heart, causing him to let out a sorrowful cry. Ha 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 ha. What a joke. I've spent my entire life learning, but I didn't expect someone to learn it in just 3 days. What face do I have left to live in this world? What dignity do I have left to face you, my master? A burst of laughter came from Biyao's mouth. Then, 2 streams of tears flowed from his eyes. His eyes were filled with despair and decadence. Suddenly, Biyao, who was laughing at himself, raised his hand and wanted to slap his life gate. Whoosh! Lin Rei, who was afraid of trouble during the day, saw this scene and quickly went forward to stop him. Bang! Pooh! There was a loud sound, followed by the sound of someone vomiting blood. Biyao, who was about to commit suicide, felt something and quickly opened his eyes. Seeing the scene before him, he was dumbfounded and forgot about committing suicide. He quickly took out all the healing pills he had in his storage ring. As it turned out, just as White Feather's hand was about to strike at Linley's life gate, Linley had charged forward and used his own body to block that fatal palm strike, resulting in the current scene. Young master, you must be okay. It's all my fault. I shouldn't have hit you. In comparison, Biyao was crying. It wasn't a cry of shame. It was a real cry. She was crying like a person covered in tears. As she cried, she kept looking for the healing pill. Ah, I found it. Young master, hold on a little longer. These are the healing pills that my master concocted for us before he ascended. He will definitely cure you. Holding a pill bottle, White Feather excitedly took out a pill and stuffed it into Linley's mouth. In the instant that Linley swallowed it, White Feather's tense body relaxed. Looking at Lin Ray's pale face, Biyao was filled with regret. If it wasn't for him, Lin Ray wouldn't be so heavily injured. After a long time, Biyao kept looking at Lin Ray. He didn't even close his eyes, afraid that Lin Ray would recover. Cough, cough, young master, how are you? Do you feel uncomfortable anywhere? A cough woke up Biyao from her stupor. Seeing that Linley had woken up, Biyao hurriedly asked in concern. Cough. I'm fine. I just feel a little uncomfortable. But you don't have to blame yourself and don't feel guilty, hoo. Before Lin Ray finished his words, he saw that Biyao was crying. Seeing such a white-haired old man crying, Lin Ray couldn't stand it and hurriedly comforted him. Biyao, don't cry. This isn't your fault. As long as you don't take things too hard in the future, everything will be fine. If you do it again, you might not be able to see me again. As he spoke, Linley began to tease the sobbing Biyao. Biyao's eyes were filled with nothing but guilt and regret. Young master, it's my fault. I shouldn't be jealous and take things too hard. Hearing Biyao's words, Linley's anxious heart finally relaxed. It wasn't just White Feather who felt guilty. Linley felt extremely guilty as well. He didn't think that his answers would cause White Feather to feel so traumatized. Alright, you can go out first. I'm fine now. You can come here tomorrow and teach me the art of alchemy. As he spoke, Linley gave the order to close the door. Originally, White Feather had wanted to stay behind to take care of Linley, but Linley had flatly refused, not giving him a chance to retort. After seeing White Feather leave, Linley sat up and took out his healing pill and swallowed it. As soon as the pill entered his mouth, it turned into a warm current that rushed into Linley's body and began to slowly nourish his wounds. The effect of the pill was very good, and it didn't take long for it to take effect. Linley's originally pale face became rosy after eating the pill. Phew. Lin Ray let out a long breath and got off the bed. He slowly stretched his injured body. Pai li pa la sounds came from Lin Ray's body. If Biyao was here, he would definitely be shocked. This was because Biyao used 80% of his strength when he attacked. But now, Lin Ray could get off the bed. I didn't expect Biyao's heart to be so weak. I just memorized some medicine and he was already hovering between life and death. He even caused me to get hit for no reason. What a loss. At this moment, Lin Ray thought of the previous palm and the pill he just ate. For a moment, his heart ached. This pill was one less pill after another. Ding dong, the host must become a profound level alchemist within a month. If you can't do it within the time limit, the system will choose to automatically erase you. Ding dong, the system has successfully removed the alchemist experience. If there is anything you don't understand, you can directly ask the system spirit. Ding dong, the system has successfully started the first level of the Hongmeng alchemy method. It has also successfully unlocked the Hongmeng era's alchemy supreme lord. The reward is 2 adversity-surpassing pills, 50 kilograms of purple gold nephrite, 50 kilograms of purple gold sand, and 30,000 experience points. Hearing the series of system notifications, Lin Ray's mood became very bad. But when he heard that the reward was the adversity-surpassing pill, Lin Ray's mood became much better. In any case, I've read novels in my previous life, so I more or less have some understanding of this adversity-surpassing pill. In the novels in my previous life, the adversity-surpassing pill was a very powerful pill. According to the novels, it seems to be a pill used to level up the adversity-surpassing stage. Thinking of this, Lin Rei became very excited. With a thought, he took out a adversity-surpassing pill. A golden pill appeared in the palm of his hand. Its color was like gold, its aura was like a flower, and its shape was like a pearl. On top of the pill, there were 9 orifices, and within each orifice, there was a mysterious charm. The moment the pill was taken out, the pill's fragrance spread throughout the entire cave. At the same time, thunder rumbled in the sky, as if it was looking for the pill that Lin Rei took out. Gotcha! With a sound, a bolt of lightning struck the ceiling of the cave. In an instant, the entire cave shook. Quick, put the pill away, put it away. Just when Lin Rei didn't know what was going on, the system's little dragon's voice entered his ears. Oh, got it. After saying that, Lin Rei didn't say anything else and put the pill into the system's storage. And the thunder cloud outside the sky lost its target after Lin Rei put the pill away. It wandered in the sky for a while and then dissipated. Noticing that something was off, White Feather hurriedly came to Linley's room. Young master, are you okay? Looking at the anxious face of Biyao, Lin Rei smiled and said, hee, I'm fine. But it was really strange just now. Why was the cave so turbulent? Hearing this, the little dragon in the system looked at Lin Rei with disdain, who was lying without blushing. I don't know, but the strange thing is that when I was cultivating in my room, I suddenly smelled the fragrance of a medicinal pill. I also found that the fragrance of the medicinal pill was able to arouse my cultivation, but after a while, the medicinal pill's fragrance disappeared. I think it must be the medicinal pill that caused the disaster. Perhaps the medicinal pill's grade was too good, so it caused the heavenly thunder. Hearing Biyao's words, Lin Rei nodded his head as if he understood. So that's how it is. Oh, so it's like that. I thought it was something else. Since it's like this, you can leave. There's nothing else for you. After saying that, Lin Rei turned around and sat back in his original position. He closed his eyes and rested. Biyao saw this scene and tactfully left Lin Rei's room. Chapter 71. What's going on? Could it be my imagination? That's not right either. My cultivation level increased after smelling the fragrance of the elixir. Biyao's mind was filled with questions, but she could not find the answers in the end. At this moment, Lin Rei, who was in the room, immediately entered the system space after seeing Biyao leave. He arrived at the space with his own information interface. When he raised his head, his information entered his eyes: name, Lin Rei, age, 14, cultivation level, peak of the enlightened realm experience, 100000010000000, upgradable spiritual roots, thunder, fire, wood, 3 chaos spiritual roots talent, top-notch cultivation method, chaos scripture, incomplete, devouring heavenly technique, growable, Hongmeng elixir refining, entry-level cultivation method, cloud technique, emperor-level cultivation method, martial skills, butterfly steps, entry-level. Constellation finger, proficient, silent thunder spear technique, high-level mystic-level martial skill, now cultivated to entry-level, able to generate 3 lightning bolts, myriad sword technique, heaven-level, spiritual treasure, martial emperor godly spear, high-level spiritual energy, growable, myriad sword, gradeless, myriad beasts furnace equipment, cloud stepping boots, high-quality spiritual weapon, purple cloud robe, high-quality spiritual weapon, purple cloud inner armor, high-quality spiritual weapon, mount, red flaming tiger, level 9 chi refining stage lucky draw wheel, 0 champion lottery system. The champion lottery opportunity has been used up. This system has been permanently sealed. Reputation points, 0 exchange points, 0 spiritual stones, 0 alchemy apprentice experience points, 0 out of 100, top-notch spiritual medicine, worldly treasures, 50 kilograms of purple gold nephrite, 50 kilograms of purple gold sand mission, main mission, establish a sect within the next 5 years. If you can't complete the mission or exceed the time limit, the system will kill you directly. Side mission: within the next 5 years, he had to recruit 5 of the best disciples. Every disciple had to be top-notch. Within these 5 years, he had to help his disciples make a name for themselves in the mysterious heavenly mainland. If he couldn't complete the mission within 5 years, he would be killed by the system, just like the previous mission. Main mission: the host must become a profound grade alchemist within a month. If the host cannot complete the task within the time limit, the system will automatically erase the host. Secondary quest: within the next year, you must go to the Fengyun sect and kill the sect's third elder, Wang Shen. If you fail or exceed the time limit, the system will directly kill you. Secondary quest: within a day, you must control the entire upper echelon of the Danzong sect and become the master of the Danzong sect. Pills: 30 body refining pills, 200 soul gathering pills, 50 foundation building pills, 11 mind control pills, 1 breakthrough pill, and 11 nascent breakthrough pills. 2 adversity surpassing pills. There's really a lot. But what are these things? Looking at the 3 items that appeared on his interface, Lin Rei could only understand 2 of them. Idiot, you can't even understand this. Isn't it obvious? Apprentice alchemists' experience points are divided according to the level of your pills, right? Right now, you're just an elementary grade alchemist. When your experience points exceed 100, you'll be able to advance to the next level of alchemist. However, the experience points will be much more than the experience points from cultivation. You must be mentally prepared. After speaking, the little dragon did not wait for Lin Rei to speak and quickly left. At this time, Lin Rei also understood after listening to the system's explanation. Isn't it just a profound great alchemist? I don't believe that I can't reach it. If this sentence was heard by Biyao, he would probably choose to commit suicide again. If it was any other alchemist, they would think that this was bragging because it was impossible for anyone to reach the profound grade alchemist level within a month. Even the most talented alchemist would not be able to do so. Forget it, I'll think about it later. Let's increase my cultivation first. Just a moment ago, Lin Rei saw that his cultivation experience points could be upgraded. Lin Rei was a little excited. He really wanted to see what the experience points would be like after the fasting period. After speaking, Lin Rei sat up. His body flashed and returned to reality. Then, he sat cross-legged and began to cultivate the chaos scripture. For a time, all the spirit chi in the entire seclusion place gathered around Lin Rei. This phenomenon made Biyao, who had just returned to his room, feel shocked because Biyao knew that Lin Rei was at least at the peak of foundation establishment when he first arrived. However, only a few days had passed and he was about to break through again. With such a cultivation speed, how could Biyao not be surprised? Therefore, Biyao stopped cultivating and quickly went to the door of Lin Rei's room to wait. At this time, in the room, Lin Rei's face was extremely red. Coupled with his purple lips, he looked like he was poisoned. Of course, only Lin Rei knew what was going on. Damn, there's too much spirit chi here. I'm just breaking through the fasting period. Is it necessary for all of them to come here? After speaking, Lin Rei activated the devouring technique. The moment he activated it, Lin Rei clearly felt that the feeling of being squeezed by the spirit chi disappeared. The originally overbearing spirit chi became docile when Lin Rei used the devouring technique. Slowly, all the spirit chi rushed into Lin Rei's body. Phew, it's so comfortable. More. This is not enough. After speaking, Lin Rei took out a bottle of spirit chi liquid that he collected in the forest mountain range from his storage ring and drank it in one gulp. Suddenly, a warm feeling like jelly from his previous life entered his body. Boom! The spirit chi liquid that entered Lin Rei's body instantly exploded in Lin Rei's stomach. Cough, I didn't expect it to be so strong. After speaking, Lin Rei activated the devouring technique to the extreme. Only then did the pain lessen a lot. At this time, Biyao, who was waiting outside the door, was shocked. He didn't expect that a breakthrough would cause a bigger commotion than his breakthrough. Moreover, after absorbing so much spirit chi, he still hadn't broken through. This was completely a monster-level existence. Suddenly, Biyao wiped away the cold sweat on his head. Why haven't I reached saturation yet? It shouldn't be like this. After absorbing for so long, Lin Rei discovered that something was wrong. For a moment, he panicked. After absorbing so much spirit chi, if he didn't use it to break through in time, he would eventually explode and die from the spirit chi. Little dragon, quickly come out and see what's going on. Why have I not broken through the fasting period after absorbing so much spirit chi? Is there a problem somewhere? In the end, Lin Rei, who really didn't know what to do, could only put down his pride and ask for help from the system's spirit, Little Dragon, who dug a hole for him to jump into. Oh, isn't this the great system owner? What's going on? A particularly annoying voice came out, and this sentence was also very annoying. However, Lin Rei really admitted defeat at this time. Little dragon, good little dragon, quickly take a look at me. What's going on? Why is it like this? At this rate, if I don't break through as soon as possible, I will probably explode and die. Hearing Lin Rei admit defeat, the little dragon also became serious. When it heard Lin Rei's question, it hurriedly came forward to check on the situation of Lin Rei's body. Just like that, the little dragon did nothing in front of Lin Rei's body. After a few minutes, the system said with a face full of displeasure. Damn, why do you have to encounter everything? What's wrong? Is there something wrong? Seeing the little dragon's displeased expression, Lin Rei asked nervously. Don't be nervous. This spirit chi is only helping you to compress the extreme realm. This is a good thing. If the extreme realm is successfully compressed, then your combat power will increase a lot in the future. So just let go and let the spirit chi circulate by itself. I don't know what kind of dog's hit luck you have to encounter such a good thing. After saying that, Lin Rei disappeared in front of Lin Rei's eyes with a face full of displeasure. Lin Rei, on the other hand, was overjoyed. After hearing the little dragon's words, Lin Rei was only responsible for circulating the primal chaos scripture and the devouring technique. As for the spirit chi that entered his body, it was automatically compressed. 2 days passed very quickly. Outside the door, Biyao was already numb. Biyao didn't even know what words to use to describe this young master of hers. The spirit chi absorbed in these 2 days was enough to create a few nascent soul stage cultivators. However, this young master of hers still hadn't broken through. At this moment, Linley was using his inner vision to examine himself. He could see that the lines that had been compressed into the shape of a bolt of lightning were about to take shape. This meant that he was about to reach the level of memory that Xiaolong had mentioned. Thus, Linley began his final frenzy, activating both techniques to their limits. Instantly, all of the spiritual energy in his body began to surge towards Linley's room at 3 times the speed of before. What's going on? Is he really going to break through? Outside the door, Biyao noticed the change in the spirit chi and instantly thought that her young master was going to break through. However, such an imagination was always very hurtful. With this kind of absorption speed, another day passed. Biyao didn't want to talk anymore. At this moment, Linley, who was in his room, could sense that his Lammeter state had already taken shape. Thus, he could sense that there was a barrier to his fasting period. Instantly, Linley activated all of his spiritual energy and charged towards that barrier. Like a hot knife through butter, the moment his spiritual energy touched the barrier, there was a pop sound, and he easily broke through. Following Linley's breakthrough, the aura and pressure emanating from his body began to spread out in all directions. And then, within his dantian, the newly formed Lammeter lightning bolts charged out as well, wreaking havoc within the room. Boom, boom, kacha, sounds came from the room. Outside the door, Biyao felt that the spirit chi was slowly returning to normal and calmed down. However, when she heard Lin Rei's voice, Biyao became very anxious and rushed in without knocking. Sensing that someone was approaching, the extreme realm lightning rushed towards the threat. It was very fast. The moment Biyao opened the door, he felt a trace of threat and quickly sent out his magic treasure to defend himself. The extreme realm and Biyao's magic treasure collided. Bang, kacha, sounds came out. The extreme state seemed to have been injured and returned to Lin Rei's body to recuperate. Biyao's hair was disheveled and she stood there with her magic treasure damaged. She looked at this scene with a shocked expression. At this time, Biyao wanted to die. He didn't expect Lin Rei's room to not have such a powerful attack. Chapter 72. Biyao, are you alright? By now, Linley had come back to his senses. He saw that the supreme-level lightning had already injured White Feather, who had barged in. Although it had just been a surprise attack, it was not to be underestimated. Linley began to feel excited. Cough cough, I'm fine. Young master, you don't have to be nervous. Your subordinate's injuries are not serious. I just don't know what kind of thing injured me. It's so powerful. Hearing Biyao's words, Lin Rei's face couldn't help but turn red. A trace of guilt flashed across his eyes. However, it was quickly over and Biyao didn't notice it at all. Oh, this is the extreme realm lightning strike that I just cultivated. It's just that I just broke through, so I'm not that familiar with its control. That's why I unconsciously injured you. I'm really sorry. Extreme realm lightning strike? What is that? How come I've never heard of it before? Seeing Biyao's puzzled expression, Lin Rei didn't say much. Since Biyao didn't know, then Lin Rei quickly changed the topic. That's right, Biyao. Now that I've broken through to the next stage of Anidia, refining pills should be more helpful. When will you teach me alchemy? Hearing Linley's words, White Feather hurriedly replied, Young master, too many things have happened today, and you're injured as well. Let's wait until tomorrow. I'll go back and make some preparations. I'll report back tomorrow. All right then. Hearing Biyao's words, Lin Rei felt that he was right and let Biyao go back first. Your subordinate will take his leave. After speaking, Biyao left Lin Rei's room. In the room, Lin Rei looked at the room that was destroyed by his lightning strike and smiled bitterly. It seems that I have to change rooms. As he spoke, Linley went to a completely undamaged room. He sat down in the lotus position and began to stabilize his cultivation base while quietly waiting for the next day to arrive. At this moment, in one of the rooms of the sect, a little girl was trying to suffocate a teenage boy. She was even panting with rage. Uncle Xiaotian, how can you do this? Master told you to look at me, and you really did it. You didn't even blink. Don't your eyes ache? Little you, young master said that you were injured a few days ago, so he didn't allow you to cultivate. If your Taoist foundation was destroyed because of this, then the loss would outweigh the gain. So, you'd better listen to young master and consolidate your cultivation. Don't think about cultivating anymore. Yes, they were Wan Yu that Lin Rei asked Lin Tian to look after. However, it seemed that Wan Yu was not so obedient. She always thought about cultivating. As long as she had time, she would secretly cultivate when Lin Tian was not paying attention. As a result, in order to complete the task given to him by Lin Rei, Lin Tian did not even dare to close his eyes. He was afraid that Wan Yu would start cultivating again if he was not paying attention. I don't care. I don't care. Uncle Xiaotian, just let me cultivate. I promise that when master comes out, I will take care of everything, okay? Looking at Wan Yu's coquettish behavior, Lin Tian always insisted on what Lin Rei said to him. He did not waver for a moment in his heart that he did not want Wan Yu to cultivate. You should obediently go back and sit down. I said that I won't let you cultivate, so I won't let you cultivate. If you continue to do this, then don't blame Uncle Xiao Tian for being ruthless. Others will fix you. After saying that, Lin Tian's face became cold. He did not look like the child who was talking and laughing before. Seeing this scene, Wan Yu finally became obedient. She quickly sat on the bed and reflected. Although she said she was reflecting, it was more like she was sleeping. Time passed quickly. The night was always so beautiful and peaceful. However, this kind of time would not last too long. Soon, the sun slowly rose from the east. The moment the sun rose, the earth seemed to be covered with a golden coat. It looked very noble and elegant. At this time, Lin Rei had already woken up. He was finally able to concoct dawn today. Dong dong dong, a series of knocks came to Lin Rei's ears. He did not need to think to know that it must be Biyao. Come in. Lin Rei said to Biyao, who was outside the door. Biyao pushed the door open and entered. At this time, Biyao had already changed his clothes. He was no longer the Biyao who was beaten up by Lin Rei's lightning strike. Young master, since you are so familiar with the names and pharmacology of herbs, then we will start concocting dawn today. First, let's start with the simplest body tempering dawn. Hearing Biyao's words, Linli was very excited, and so he immediately agreed. Good, then let's concoct the simplest body tempering dawn. I want to see how dawn are concocted. Hearing Lin Rei's agreement, Biyao took out the body tempering dawn. He then took out a cauldron and explained to Lin Rei what the process of concocting dawn required. Young master, in order to concoct dawn, you must first know how to concoct dawn. Secondly, you must know how to use the fire to concoct dawn faster. First, preheat the cauldron. Once it's preheated, you can start to extract the essence of the herbs. As he spoke, White Feather's hands moved. His hands formed seals very quickly and his mouth kept chanting incantations. Spirit of 10,000 flames, listen to my command. Light up. After saying that, a flame appeared in Biyao's hand. Although it was a flame, but in Lin Rei's eyes, it was not even 1% as hot as the illusory spirit blood fire. The first step is done. Next, extract the essence of the herbs. First is the crispy bone flour. You must use the fire to extract the essence. After saying that, Biyao controlled the flame in his hand and began to refine the crispy bone flour in front of him. Soon, the crispy bone flour was refined into a liquid. Next is the meridian herb. This herb can warm the meridians. It is a very good herb. Next is the snow Ganoderma. After that, Biyao explained the process of concocting dawn to Lin Rei. He didn't even let go of the herbs. Everything was explained to Lin Rei. Well, young master, the next step is the most important. You should also know how to concoct dawn. Next, I will teach you one of the most powerful alchemy techniques of our sect, the 9 dragons ascending to heaven technique. With this technique, you can concoct 9 dawn at once. Even the sects of the Middle Sky continent are envious. Speaking of this, White Feather's face showed a proud look, and Linli was also surprised. This name was already cool enough, not to mention that even the Middle Sky continent was envious of it, which was even more amazing. Young master, watch carefully. Ha! White Feather shouted. The flame in his hand immediately split into 9 parts and rushed towards the refined essence. In an instant, the essence was surrounded by 9 parts of the flame and sent into the alchemy cauldron that was already heated up. Young master, the next step is to send your soul force into the cauldron through the cauldron. Observe the formation and changes of the dawn. Don't make any mistakes. Otherwise, all the previous efforts will be wasted. This step is the most important, especially the ability to control one's soul. Lin Rei's eyes widened. But strangely, after Biyao's demonstration, Lin Rei seemed to have engraved everything he said in his mind. He couldn't forget it even if he wanted to. Ha! The dawn are done. Biyao shouted and slapped the top of the cauldron. In an instant, 9 dawn shot out from the cauldron and into the bottle of dawn that Biyao had prepared. Young master, you watched the whole process of this subordinate's demonstration just now, including the 9 dragons' ascension to the heavens technique. After refining the dawn, Biyao turned his head and looked at Lin Rei, who was listening carefully. At this time, Lin Rei had already memorized all the alchemy process. Well, I memorized it. Now it's time for me to try it. At this time, Lin Rei couldn't wait to try it. When watching Biyao refining dawn, Lin Rei couldn't help but want to try it. Well, young master, you can try it, but don't force it. Biyao's face was full of embarrassment and worry. He was afraid that Lin Rei would blow up the cauldron. If that happened, it would be over. And after that, Lin Rei followed Biyao's example. Illusory spirit blood fire, come out and preheat the cauldron. In an instant, a blood-like flame with an extremely high temperature appeared in Lin Rei's palm and rushed towards the cauldron in front of him. Boom! The moment the illusory spirit blood fire rushed over, the entire cauldron melted. What kind of flame is this? Right now, White Feather could no longer be described as shocked, because he had been by Linley's side ever since he had entered closed-door training. Too many strange things had happened, and so White Feather had lost the ability to resist. But when he saw Linley's Hui Yan, he was deeply attracted. Biyao, can you give me another cauldron first? Otherwise, I won't be able to continue practicing. Seeing the way White Feather was looking at him, Linley couldn't help but feel goosebumps all over his body. Hearing Lin Rei's words, Biyao reacted and quickly took out a new cauldron from his storage ring and placed it in front of Lin Rei. Again. Boom. Again. Just like that, after 10 or so attempts, Linley was finally able to control the temperature of the flames. Linley then attempted the next step, which was to extract the essences of the spiritual herbs. The result was the same as the beginning. Many of the spiritual herbs were burned by Linley's illusory spirit blood fire. Fortunately, he had enough spiritual herbs. Without experiencing wind and rain, how could there be a rainbow? After much effort, Linley finally condensed all of the spiritual herbs into essences. Linley then began the third step. This time, Linley relied on White Feather's alchemy techniques. The beginning was simple. It looked exactly the same as White Feather's alchemy techniques. However, the amount of spiritual herbs that Linley separated was much more than White Feather's. More than 30 balls of flames separated, wrapping around the essences of the spiritual herbs and rushing into the furnace. The nearby White Feather was completely stupefied. Right now, he really didn't know what to say. Just now, he had been talking about the 9 dragons ascending to the heavens technique, but in Linley's hands, it had transformed into 30+ balls of fire. The pill is formed. Linley let out a loud shout, and all of the fiery flames wrapped around the pill flew out, slowly landing in Linley's hands. The moment the pill came out, the entire room was filled with the fragrance of the pill. Congratulations to the host for successfully refining a pill for the first time. The reward is 10 experience points and the method of 10,000 techniques proficiency +1. A system prompt sounded, which made Lin Rei very happy. However, Lin Rei didn't understand the method of 10,000 techniques. He had never heard of it before, but Lin Rei soon forgot about it. Biyao, quickly come and take a look. Is the pill I refined good? Linley hurriedly waved his hand at the dumbfounded Biyao, and then began to admire the pill he had successfully concocted for the first time in his life. Chapter 73. Yes, young master. Hearing Lin Rei's call, Biyao immediately woke up from his shock and hurried to Lin Rei's side. He grabbed the pill that Lin Rei had refined and looked at it. The more he looked, the more shocked he was. Biyao saw that there were 2 pill veins on the pill. This was the king of all pills, especially when it was Lin Rei's first time refining it. Young master. Are you sure you've never been annoyed when refining pills before? Biyou's tone was full of disbelief. The shock in his eyes was even greater than before. Yes, haven't you seen it already? This is really my first time refining a pill. Before this, other than the medicinal theory you asked me to memorize, I haven't seen anything else related to it. Seeing Biyou's disbelief, Lin Rei, who was originally in a good mood, instantly became unhappy. Sigh, comparisons are odious. I didn't expect young master to be such a genius. I didn't expect young master to be able to refine pill veins on your first try. This really makes me feel ashamed. After speaking, Biyou didn't say anything else. Instead, he went to the side and sat down silently. The complicated expression on his face made Lin Rei feel funny. Io, enough Biyou. How old are you now? Still throwing a tantrum. As he spoke, Linley walked over to the sulking White Feather's side, consoling her. All right, since I've learned the first pill, let's start with the new pill. I don't want to waste my good time. After speaking, Linley didn't look at White Feather again. Instead, he walked to the pill furnace and began to prepare for the next step. White Feather, who was sitting in the same spot, saw that his young master was full of energy. He hurriedly walked over and began to prepare for the next pill. Young master, take this. This thing contains all the pill recipes of our sect. It includes many kinds of pills. Moreover, there are pills before the body integration stage, so it will be helpful for you to refine pills. Moreover, there are many pills refined by the previous higher-ups. And there are many elixirs. Looking at the pill recipe, Lin Rei didn't hesitate and directly took it. Yes, not bad. This way, I can refine pills by myself. The more he thought about it, the more excited Lin Rei became. The more he thought about it, the more excited he became. In the end, his hand trembled and he almost threw the pill recipe into the fire. Alright, what pill are we going to refine next? Seeing the look of anticipation in Linley's eyes, Biyou hurriedly said, Young master, what we are going to concoct next is a slightly more difficult pill. It is called the energy recovery pill. The energy recovery pill is a type of pill that can allow practitioners to quickly recover their spiritual energy. However, this pill is only limited to the early stages of anedia. As for the later stages, these pills will not be needed. As she spoke, White Feather began to talk about how to concoct pills and the process. Linley also studied very seriously. Not long after, White Feather had taught Linley the entire process and method of concocting pills. Young master, that was the entire refining process and method of the energy recovery pill. Did you see it clearly? Hearing Biyou's question, Lin Rei didn't explain. Instead, he took the spirit herbs and walked to the side of the cauldron to refine the pill. Biyou wasn't surprised by this scene. He was already numb to this feeling. Even if Lin Rei did something incredible, he wouldn't be surprised. This had become a habit of Biyou. Taking the spiritual herbs, Linley began to concoct the pills. As he recalled the process and techniques White Feather had described, he began to concoct the pills. With the spiritual herbs he had used to concoct the pills, everything went smoothly. But at the final step of the pill formation, something strange happened. Bang! The entire place of seclusion was pitch black, emitting thick black smoke. From time to time, there was also a burnt smell. Cough cough, this. What's going on? Looking at this scene, Lin Rei quickly recalled where he made a mistake in the refining process. However, even after thinking for a long time, Lin Rei still couldn't figure it out. Young master, don't be discouraged. It's not a big deal to fail once. As long as you know where you made a mistake, you can continue refining. Seeing his young master's situation, Biyou couldn't bear it and comforted him. Where exactly did I make a mistake? What exactly? Speaking until here, Lin Rei's eyes widened. He quickly stood up and walked to the side of the cauldron that had exploded. After a long time, Lin Rei's originally solemn face finally revealed a smile. Ha ha ha. I knew it. I can't be wrong. It turns out that there's a mistake here. Saying that, Lin Rei quickly stood up and walked to the side of the cauldron that Biyao had already prepared. This time, Lin Rei's technique was obviously more complicated than what Biyao had described. However, it was indeed more skillful than Lin Rei's previous refining. Seeing this scene, Biyao couldn't help but reveal a look of excitement. In addition to excitement, he was more gratified. "Heh, the pills are done," Lin Rei shouted. With a wave of his hand, a wave of spiritual energy swept up the pills that had already been refined in the cauldron and flew out. Whoosh whoosh whoosh. There was a burst of air-piercing sound. 30 to 40 pills flew out from the cauldron. Accompanying the pills was a tempting medicinal fragrance. This time, I finally know that it's my own fault. When I was refining pills, I only knew how to draw gourds and ladles, but I didn't really understand the essence of refining pills. It's really... Speaking of this, Lin Rei felt ashamed. It turned out that after refining the pills, Lin Rei pondered for a long time. At noon, he realized that it wasn't his own refining process that was wrong. He only knew how to imitate Biyao's refining method, but he didn't know how to refine pills that truly belonged to himself. After everything was the same, there was now the pills in Lin Rei's hands. Ding dong, congratulations to the host for refining a yellow-level pill. Special reward, 90 pill refining points and 4 experience points for the method of 10,000 laws. Ding dong, congratulations to the host. The apprentice experience points are now full. Do you want to advance to yellow-level alchemist now? There was a series of system notifications. However, Lin Rei was very curious. In the system's personal information interface, he didn't find the experience points for the method of 10,000 laws. Where did he go to get that experience points? Ding dong, does the host want to break through to Emperor-level alchemist now? Lin Rei, who was thinking about what the method of 10,000 laws was, woke up when he heard the system's notification. I want to advance now. If I advance earlier, I'll feel more at ease. Alright, then I'll have to ask the host not to refine pills for the next few days because no matter how many pills the host refines, it won't increase the host's experience points. Therefore, I'll have to ask the host to cultivate properly for the next few days. After saying this, the system disappeared without a trace, leaving behind a stupefied Lin Li in the same spot. I see, what is this called? I didn't think that such a high-level thing would have such a flaw. This is really infuriating. Originally, Lin Rei wanted to work hard to refine pills after breaking through to yellow-level alchemist. He wanted to break through to black-level alchemist within a month, but he didn't think that the system would do such a thing. It really made Lin Rei want to cry and laugh at the same time. Biyao, you go back first for these few days. I'll call you when I have time. I'll take a look at this pill recipe in these few days. Lin Rei thought. Since he was already a yellow-level alchemist, it was only a matter of time before he became a black-level alchemist. But when he thought of the system's mission, Lin Rei felt a headache coming on. Oh, this subordinate will take his leave. Biyao didn't ask any more questions, but decisively left Lin Rei's room and went back to his own room. Lin Rei, who was in his room, also followed the system's instructions and sat down cross-legged to cultivate. At this time, the main hall of the Danzong sect was indeed very lively. In this hall, all the elders and Dan Yunzi were present. It's great that the Great Elder has returned today. With the Great Elder overseeing the Danzong sect in the future, we can break through in peace. At this time, Dan Yunzi walked out and came to the side of an elder. He smiled and patted the elder's shoulder. Yes, the Great Elder is the signboard of our Danzong sect. With the Great Elder here, we can rest assured. Sect leader, don't say that. No matter what, the Danzong sect can only flourish because of the sect leader. This old man is just a member of the Danzong sect. It's my duty to work for the Danzong sect, so there's no need for the sect leader to say that. Hearing the great elder's words, everyone laughed. At this time, an elder stood up and said to the great elder. Great elder, before the young master went into seclusion, he said that you would bring back a lot of good children from outside. May I know where these children are now? Hearing the elder's words, the faces of everyone in the hall instantly turned solemn. Reporting to the sect leader, I have indeed brought back some children. These children are now waiting outside the door. If the sect leader wants to see them, this old man will immediately ask the disciples to bring them in and let the sect leader have a look. Upon hearing the elder's words, the first elder hurriedly told him the location of the child who would come later. Well, there's no need for that. The young master said that you should hand over all the children you brought back to Ming and Tianyun and do your best. So I'll have to trouble the great elder to make a trip here. You also know that this is the young master's order. As subordinates, we can't be judgmental, right? Hearing Dan Yunzi's words, the great elder quickly nodded and then slowly retreated. He led the children outside the hall to the small courtyard where Ming and Tianyun were. At this time, Tianyun and the other two were sitting together, discussing what had happened in the past few days. It turned out that when Lin Rei broke through the fasting period, the strength of the warrior summoned by Lin Rei had also increased. And it wasn't just a little bit. It had broken through from the peak of the enlightened period to the peak of the fasting period. Chapter 74. Sigh, whatever. My cultivation has improved and nothing bad has happened. We'll just have to wait for the young master to come out of seclusion and ask him. Tianyun and Bing both agreed with Ming's words. No matter how they thought about it, they couldn't think of anything. Yes, Ming is right. Instead of thinking about these pointless things, we should hurry up and do what the young master asked us to do. At this time, Ice stood up and said something to Tianyun before retreating. The two people in the room stared blankly for a moment before coming back to their senses. Sigh, it's easy for you to say. Do you think we don't want to do it? But the thing is, the mission the young master gave us hasn't arrived yet. How do you expect us to do it? Seeing Ice walk out, Heavenly Cloud could not help but complain to Ice, who had already walked out of the door. At that moment, a voice pierced through the room. Ming and Tianyun immediately rushed out of the door to where the voice came from. Fellow Taoists inside, I've been following the young master's orders to gather some children outside. I'm sending them over now. Would it be convenient for you to come out and receive them? As soon as he finished speaking, Ming and Bing rushed out of the room. Looking at the person in front of them, they knew that this must be the great elder they had never met before. Their faces were immediately filled with smiles. Oh, you must be the Danzong sect's great elder. It's an honor to meet you at last. No. I'm just an ordinary cultivator. I just casually took up a position in the alchemy sect. It's nothing. Moreover, with my cultivation and talent, I'm already a top-notch existence even in the central continent. The three of them flattered each other. Moreover, from the looks of it, the great elder seemed to have hit it off very well with Ming and Bing. All right. Fellow Taoists, you should know why I'm here this time, right? After a long time, the great elder returned to the main topic and talked about the purpose of his visit. Yes, that's right. We've been following the young master's orders to wait here for the great elder to send these children over. Just as I was talking, you arrived. Don't you think it's a coincidence? All right, I'll leave these 100 over children to you. I just came back and haven't had the time to go back yet. Since I'm leaving the children to you, I'll take my leave first. Then, without waiting for Ming to reply, he hurriedly flew towards the palace where he lived. Ming and Tianyun smiled bitterly when they saw this. What an impatient temperament. Whatever you say is what it is. You didn't even wait for the person to finish speaking and left in a hurry. Seeing the first elder's figure disappear, the two of them regained their senses and turned their attention to the 100 children. Looking at these children, Ming and Tianyun immediately became serious. They said to these children, "Let me tell you something. Since you're here, you're our young master's people from now on. Our young master can teach you abilities that you'll never imagine. However, you have to swear allegiance to our young master from now on. If you violate him, no matter where you are, you can't resist our pursuit. Do you understand?" As soon as Ming's words came out, the children, who were originally smiling, immediately became serious. Some of them cried out of fear. Some of them even had their eyes shining when they heard that they could learn abilities that they could never imagine. At this time, each of them had an ulterior motive and no one knew what they were thinking. Although the oldest of them was only 11 years old, in this era, 11-year-old children already had their own thoughts and ideas. "Yes, we understand." After Ming finished speaking, all the children answered in unison. Their voices were loud and clear. Looking at this momentum, Ming could not help but imagine the achievements of these children in the future. "Well, in that case, follow me and swear an oath now. Remember, don't play any tricks. If you don't swear an oath, then there's no need for us to keep him. I'll make sure that he won't see the sun tomorrow." After saying that, Ming released his electric light state's coercion and rushed towards the 100 children. In the blink of an eye, 90% of the children were lying on the ground under the pressure of fate. Only 10% of the children were still struggling to hold on. Although the 10% of the children looked miserable, it wasn't easy. After seeing Ming's means, all the children became well-behaved. However, in their eyes, Ming could see that their yearning for strength was no less than his. "Well, I just gave you a warning. But if someone really betrays our young master, then I'll directly kill him so that his soul will not be reincarnated." When all the children heard Ming's words, they could not help but tremble. Their eyes were full of fear. Then, the next step is to officially swear an oath. "I swear that I'll be loyal to young Master Lin Rei from now on. I'll never violate it. If I violate it, I'll be tempered by the Nirvana Thunder Tribulation. My soul will be destroyed and I won't be reincarnated. I'm willing to fall into the Avicii hell and be burned by the hellfire forever." After Ming finished speaking, all the children followed suit. In an instant, the sky, which was originally sunny, became cloudy after these children swore their allegiance to Lin Rei. It was as if the words of these children were answered by the heavens. "Well, not bad. Since you're all on the same side, then I'll now test your aptitudes. If your aptitudes are above average, you'll be able to practice the cultivation method designated by the young master. If your aptitudes are below average, you'll be able to practice the highest cultivation method of the Danzong sect. Well, now line up and start the test." After Ming finished speaking, all the children lined up in an orderly manner and waited for Ming's test. At this time, the children were very nervous. They all hoped to practice the cultivation method designated by the young master, so at this moment, they were like ants on a hot pan, anxious and restless. Well, qualified. Next. Unqualified. Unqualified, qualified, qualified, unqualified. In this way, Ming used the method that Lin Rei taught him to test the aptitudes of all the children one by one. In the end, Ming was very disappointed. He originally thought that there would be a lot of children with above-average aptitudes, but in the end, there were only 20 children with above-average aptitudes. The rest were all of medium aptitudes. None of them had below-average aptitudes. I didn't expect that there would only be 20 children with above-average aptitudes. This is really too little. Will the young master be disappointed when he comes out? Looking at the 20 children with above-average aptitudes in front of him, Ming stood up and walked to their side. He smiled and said, "Children, you're very lucky to be chosen by the young master. So from today onwards, I'll personally guide you in your cultivation. As for the other disciples, they'll follow Tianyun to practice." If there were people who were happy, then there were people who were sad. After hearing Ming's words, the 20 children who were selected by Ming were immediately excited. As for the children who weren't selected, they all lowered their heads with colorful expressions on their faces. Children, don't worry. The cultivation method that I'm going to give you is also the best. As long as you work hard, I believe that you'll achieve extraordinary things in the future. Tianyun hurriedly walked out and comforted the 80 children when he saw them in such a state. After hearing Tianyun's words, the children who originally lowered their heads in frustration all raised their heads and kowtowed. Their eyes were filled with determination. Not bad, not bad. Since you've all recognized your mistakes, then come with me. Tell me your names later so that I can understand each of you better. Seeing that the group of children's fighting spirit had been reignited, Tianyun was relieved. He nodded to Ming and led the group of children to the training ground. Ming and the others who stayed behind also handed over the cloud art that Lin Rei had given to the 20 children. At this time, Lin Rei didn't know that the future pillar of the Xuanzong sect had already begun to practice. In addition, he had sworn an oath to Lin Rei and had become the future Lin Rei's most loyal subordinate and brother. Ding dong, congratulations to the host for leveling up to a yellow rank alchemist. The next level up will be after 500 experience points. I hope that the host can continue to work hard and strive to complete the system's task as soon as possible. This way, the system can give the host another task. While Rode was looking at the pill formula that Biyao had given him, the system's prompt sounded. I've finally removed the seal. I should have said that it would take a few days, but it's only been a short while. Seriously, ding dong, please be mindful of your words and actions. If you insult the system again, the system will give you a corresponding punishment. After hearing the system's words, Lin Rei felt as though there were 10,000 alpacas galloping across his mind. He instantly lost his temper. Since the seal has been removed, I should hurry up and learn the pills that I've learned and level up quickly. Otherwise, if I don't complete the mission in a month, at this thought, Lin Rei couldn't help but tense up. Then, he went to the side of the furnace and immersed himself in the joy of leveling up. Rumble, rumble. At this moment, in the center of the western region, beneath a bottomless abyss, a shocking spirit jade pagoda rose from the ground. It was a grand and magnificent sight. The spiritual energy exuding from the top of the pagoda was even more shocking. This action attracted the attention of many rogue cultivators. Even the forces in the east, north, south, and center were informed of this matter. Moreover, this matter was slowly being spread out. Some sects had even begun to rush over from the central region of the western region. Above the tower were the words Cloud Tower. Looking at the tip of the pen, no one in the entire mysterious heavenly mainland could compare to it. Chapter 75. In the central continent of the mysterious heavenly mainland, there was a majestic mountain surrounded by clouds and mist. A magnificent palace sat on top of it. The words Sword School were written on the gate. Father, a 9-floored mystery realm called the Cloud Pagoda has appeared in a forbidden area of the western continent. It's said that this mystery realm has never been discovered before. Someone has also discovered that the Cloud Pagoda is surrounded by a dense spiritual aura. It's even stronger than that of the central continent. It's very likely to be a heaven-level mystery realm. Do you think we should? They were in the highest palace of the Sword School. 2 people were dressed in luxurious robes that glowed with multicolored light. They must be rare treasured robes. Based on their conversation, it was obvious that they were father and son. The young man who spoke had a jade-like complexion and delicate features. He looked very handsome. The middle-aged man who sat on the upper seat exuded a domineering aura. He was full of nobility. Yes, you're right. However, the sudden appearance of the secret realm in the western continent has stirred up all the forces in the Shantian continent. I think it's going to be a fat piece of meat that won't be easy to enjoy. The man who sat on the upper seat had a worried look on his face. It was obvious that he was not optimistic about the mystery realm in the Western continent. Yes, Father, you're right. Not only the mystery realm pagoda, but the Western Forbidden Area is already famous enough. Let alone the mystery realm that hasn't been discovered yet. Sigh, we have no choice. The pagoda is a heaven-level mystery realm. No matter how difficult it is to chew, we have to give it a try. With the prestige of the central continent, I'm sure the other sects will give us some face. They won't harm us, right? Hearing his son's words, the man who sat on the upper seat was visibly excited. However, he quickly concealed his emotions and no one noticed. Well, since Father has said so, I'll bring some experts to the Western continent immediately. I don't want some people to get in front of us. Yes, you're right. When you go, take Uncle Jean with you. Let him protect you closely. Remember, I don't care about the treasures in the mystery realm. As long as you're safe, I'll be at ease. Hearing her father's words, a smile appeared on the face of the person called Xiao. All right, I understand, Father. I'll take my leave now. As he spoke, the young man called Xiao bowed to the man in the seat of honor and walked out. Seeing that his son had left, the man smiled and closed his eyes to rest. Not only the Sword House, but also all the first-grade forces in the mysterious heavenly continent, including the young disciples of their sects, started to move. At this time, in the meeting room of the Danzong sect in the Western continent, all the senior members of the Danzong sect were present except for White Feather, who was accompanying Lin Rei in his closed-door training. The meeting room was eerily silent and everyone had a solemn expression on their faces. I'm sure everyone knows. The appearance of the mystery realm in the Lingtian Forbidden Area in the Western continent has attracted the attention of various forces. Even the first-rate sects in the central continent have started to move. I'm afraid this trip to the mystery realm will not be simple. Moreover, the mystery realm has appeared in the Lingtian Forbidden Area. I'm afraid many people will die this time. At this moment, Dan Yunzi, who was sitting on the sect master's seat, spoke to the elders below him with a solemn expression. It was obvious that Dan Yunzi wasn't optimistic about this trip to the mystic realm. Yes, let's not think about the Cloud Pagoda's mystery realm. Just the protective barrier of the Cloud Pagoda's mystery realm in the Lingtian Forbidden Area is not that easy to break through. Yes, just the Lingtian Forbidden Area alone is not that easy to break through. Moreover, there are so many God-favored disciples from various sections. This is already a threat to us this time. Yes, that's right. After Dan Yunzi finished speaking about his opinion on this trip to the mystery realm, the elders began to discuss among themselves. Not only that, but all the elders could not help but reveal a worried look in their eyes. All right. This time, we will select the elites of our sections. However, as for who to select, it will depend on the elders' opinions. With your recommendation, their strength must be top-notch. Otherwise, I'm afraid their lives will be in danger when they encounter the God-favored disciples from the central continent. Dan Yunzi spoke to the elders in the lower seats and expressed his worries. His expression could not help but become more solemn. Yes, we will definitely select the elites of our sects with great care. Well, in that case, all of you can leave now. I'll inform you when I've confirmed the selection. After saying that, Dan Yunzi did not listen to them anymore. Instead, he closed his eyes and those elders sensibly retreated. Some people were happy while others were sad. Not only were there people in certain mystery realms, but there were also people who were secretly plotting against other sections. In the Search Sect conference hall not far from the Danzong sect, all the elders and sect leaders were sitting in the hall, discussing how to plot against the Danzong sect. Sect leader, this mystery realm is the most advantageous opportunity for our sect. As long as all the elites of the Danzong sect die in this mystery realm, we will definitely give the Danzong sect a heavy gift. After this, I believe that the Danzong sect will definitely suffer a great loss. However, we will definitely not fight to the death to take down the entire Danzong sect. At that time, we will merge the Danzong sect and our search sect will definitely become stronger again. After hearing the elder's analysis, everyone present could not help but nod their heads. Their eyes were filled with admiration. Yes, Elder Wang is right. As long as the Danzong sect manages to kill all the elites in the mystery realm, it will definitely give the Danzong sect a heavy blow. At that time, we won't have any chance of defeating the Danzong sect. Yes, that's right. I didn't expect Elder Wang to have such a meticulous plan. It's really amazing. After hearing Elder Wang's words, everyone present couldn't help but smile and nod their heads. They all complimented Elder Wang one after another. Alright, we have to prepare well this time. After this mystery realm ends, we will declare war on the Danzong sect. At that time, our sect will have the support of the Danzong sect's elixirs. I believe our sect will definitely soar. Who knows, maybe our search sect can even move to the central mainland. For a moment, everyone laughed when they heard Sect Master Sun's words. Their eyes were filled with excitement. Yes, that's it then. We'll let Elder Wang choose the people who will go to the mystery realm this time. Remember, this time, we must send the most powerful young people in our sect. This time, we have to be prepared to rise. We don't have to be afraid of the sect being destroyed one day. Yes, Sect Master. This time, I will definitely select the most promising young people in our sect. Hearing Elder Wang's words, Sect Master Sun nodded his head leisurely. He then waved his hand and dismissed them. Alright, all of you may leave. Remember, before the mystery realm opens, let those disciples cultivate well and recuperate their spirits. Prepare to perform well in the mystery realm. When the time comes, I will not shortchange them. After saying that, Sect Master Sun took a step back and left the back hall. The elders who were seated also stood up one by one and walked out of the door. After this incident, the people of the Danzong sect still didn't know that their sect had been targeted. At this time, they were still carefully selecting the people who would go to the mystery realm this time. Time flew by. Time flew by. Unknowingly, it had been almost a month since the mystery realm opened. There were many people from the western region. Most of them were here for the mystery realm in the Lingtian Forbidden Area. However, there were also some people who wanted to join in the fun. The disciples that the Danzong sect had carefully selected were working hard at this time. Boom! At this time, in the depths of the Danzong sect's cave, Lin Rei was sitting in front of the alchemy furnace. He was looking at the alchemy furnace in a daze. At this time, Lin Rei was holding some of the pills that had just been refined. On the surface of the pills, there was a multicolored glow. There was no doubt that the pills were no doubt emitting an alluring fragrance. Ding dong, congratulations to the host. You have refined the mystic level pill, foundation building pill. You are hereby rewarded with 200,000 alchemy experience points, 20 alchemy experience points, and 100,000 experience points. Ding dong, congratulations to the host. Although you are now able to refine mystic level pills, you are still not able to break through to the mystic level. However, you are not far away. Now, you are only 10 experience points away from breaking through to the mystic level. The system's voice transmitted to Lin Rei's ears. Hearing this news, Lin Rei's face revealed an excited smile. Ha ha ha, I didn't think that I would be able to refine mystic level pills now. Although I am only 10 experience points away, it is only a matter of refining a furnace of pills. It is just that I still don't know what is going on with the method of 10,000 methods. It has already increased to several hundred, but it still hasn't appeared. Thinking of this, Lin Rei couldn't help but feel worried. He thought of how he had been refining pills non-stop for the past month, and how he had gained experience points. But what exactly was the method of 10,000 methods? Ding dong, the host doesn't need to worry. When the host reaches a certain level, the host will know the wonderful use of the method of 10,000 methods. But before that, the host must hurry up and become a mystic level alchemist. Moreover, there are only 2 days left until the deadline of the Mystic Level Alchemist mission. If the host doesn't hurry up, the host will slowly be tortured by the system. After saying these words, the system stopped and revealed a huge murderous aura. Lin Rei was stunned. He didn't think that the system would have such a strong murderous aura. Okay, I understand. You're tuning into the Biyao's Wuxia Chronicles YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.